MD3, the most advanced body panels on the market. Aerodynamic engineered, manufactured from the highest grade and lightest weight materials, tested tough for optimum performance. The highest quality and most durable products you'll find anywhere. Our products help racers around the world reach victory lane. Winning never looked so good. MD3, the #1 body choice for top dirt racers.
At Lake Elmo, Minnesota. In his 8th year of Super Late Model competition, the Soyberg Calf Ranches, Land of Pressure Washers, Handco Corporation, Fuel Factory, The Real Cafe, B1, it's Brent Larson.
Only the toughest drivers can handle the Outlaws Late Model Series. Only the pressure washers carry the name Landa. The greatest shows on dirt have the best fan gear in motorsports. Can't wait to get to the track to pick up the latest World of Outlaw gear? Slide on over to worldofoutlaws.com. You'll find hats, shirts, hoodies, and other souvenirs for all fans. Visit the Outlaw General Store online today at worldofoutlaws.com.
If this is your idea of ladylike, you're gonna fit right in. Join us at Toyota Racing.
Get your motors running. The World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Cars return to Volusia Speedway Park in March for the Bike Week Jamboree. 2 huge nights with the greatest show on dirt, March 2nd and 3rd at the world's fastest half mile. Championship battles, rising stars, and incredibly fast cars. The World of Outlaws at Volusia Speedway Park, March 2nd and 3rd. Tickets and more at worldofoutlaws.com. Be there.
This is a DIRTVision special presentation. The best drivers, the best coverage. It's time to watch the greatest shows on dirt on DIRTVision.
It is officially time to kick off the 2025 season here for the World of Outlaw Late Models at Volusia Speedway Park. I'm Hannah Newhouse. Want to welcome all of you that are joining us here on property. And yes, that is right. You're seeing it. The sun is shining for Sunshine Nationals. It's been a dreary and rainy last couple days leading up to it, but Mother Nature finally allowing us a little bit of a break and 2 days of expected beautiful racing for a little bit of late model mania. We've got the 602s, the 604s, and of course, the World of Outlaw Late Models here with us as well. We're glad you're able to join us if you are able to join us here on property, but if not, DIRTVision has you covered for each and every lap of action all weekend long. Let's talk about that weather a little bit. Right now, 52 degrees, a little bit of a breeze in the area, and again, if you can find a sun-shining spot like I have, it is beautiful weather and great weather for middle of January here in February, but that sun is eventually going to go down, so if you're joining us here, hopefully you brought a couple extra layers, some hot hands, but if not, and you've got a great spot on your couch, again, DIRTVision has got you covered, and we'll keep you up to date on all of that action. That being said, it's been 76 days since we were last in action with the World of Outlaw Late Models. For some people, that seems like forever. For others, that was just yesterday. But nonetheless, it's time to kick off that season. So let's take you what to watch in tonight's racing. And the first thing is, for many drivers, this is going to be the first laps that they're going to turn in 2025. For others, they ventured off. They did a little bit of off-season racing and have got their program ready to go. But for many, with that Wednesday practice session that was originally scheduled scheduled, rained out. Today's hot lap session for them will be the first time that their program has hit the race surface in 2025. There's no time to shake out the gremlins or the new cars or the re-racked programs from 2024. They got to hit the ground running fast because we've seen championships both won and lost starting here at Volusia between Sunshine Nationals and Dirt Car Nationals. So they're going to have to hit the ground running and get things figured out between that hot lap session before we turn around and do qualifying right after that for the World of Outlaw late models. But with it comes a very healthy field of Super 602s and 604s here with this weekend. And with that, a great rookie class expected for the World of Outlaw late models in 2025. Right now, we've got 9 rookies that are signed up to chase the full tour. And of course, Speed Week, which is now Speed Month, definitely will weed out a little bit of the field as we'll leave Dirt Car Nationals in mid-February. But right now, those 9 drivers all chasing that Rookie of the Year title. One of those drivers we see with us relatively frequently when we head up north to the Minnesota, Wisconsin, North Dakota area. That driver is Jake Tim. And while running a rookie season comes with all of these extra challenges and just getting your feet underneath you, the challenges have already started for Jake Tim here this weekend because, well, he's never raced here at Volusia Speedway Park, which has been dubbed one of the most difficult racetracks that we have here on tour. We caught up with that Rookie of the Year contender before tonight's racing action, and here's what Tim had to say.
We kind of scrambled to get ready. We decided pretty last minute we were going to try and do this, and went to the Wild West shootout. Had some real ups and downs there, but overall that was really our only preparation for it. I mean, we've obviously worked on everything, stocked our trailer up for late model racing and all that, but I mean, as far as actually driving the race car and things like that, I'm still a little bit rusty, and I guess the first week here we're really just looking to keep our equipment in one piece and hopefully make the races. That's kind of our goal, I'd say. It's all new. I mean, dirt's new. I've never been anywhere close to this part of the country racing, so it's probably going to be a big learning experience for us, but hopefully learn a lot of stuff along the way, and hopefully by the end of the year making the races in our goal. Maybe it's top 10s or top 5, I don't know. But really right now just I feel like we're so green in late model racing just to learn and just get better each and every night.
A lot of new tracks, new challenges for those Rookie of the Years, but man, they have got a stout field in which we expect them to lean on. And a couple of those drivers found themselves racing for a championship not that long ago at the dirt track at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Bobby Pierce, Nick Hoffman, Brandon Shepard. It literally came down to the last night at Charlotte. And again, it's a full season, roughly around 60 races, but every single night counts. And it does start here at Volusia for those drivers. We caught up with both Nick Hoffman and Bobby Pierce, who know their way around this racetrack surface, on how important it is to have a good Sunshine Nationals, have a good Dirt Car Nationals, and how a championship chase and November's results of 2025 start here this weekend. Here's what those drivers had to say.
Yeah, well, we have some pretty good speed here. Last 2 years we've been here, we've been pretty fast, so got some confidence heading into tonight, but there's a lot of good cars here. The competition's stout, just like it is every year here, and it starts at level 1. You got to qualify fast, start up front, and that makes your night go way smoother. So if we can get a good qualifying lap, that's what we need to do. But it's tough. You got the aerodynamical effect to it too. If you're stuck behind traffic and dirty air, you got to know where to put your car, where not to put your car is the biggest thing, where not to put it. So it's got a lot of variables, and as the track changes through the night, if it does get slick, which it had a lot of rain, but I know they've been working the racetrack, so I think it'll be a good racy surface for the future.
Luckily, I got about 1 million laps around this racetrack, so typically can get around here okay and start my season all right. My rookie year, I came out of here, I think, 3rd or 4th in points, and last year was kind of the same situation. Was able to pick up a win. So, yeah, it's super important to win here or run up front. Yeah, getting off to a decent start, especially with how many guys we got signed up this year. I know we'll end up probably around your normal 15, 16 range, but there's a lot of these guys that are kind of double dipping that we might end up with, a lot more guys this year.
And with 60 World of Outlaw late models here already on the property, man, it's going to be tough competition. And our platinum drivers and full-time drivers have got their work cut out for them to have those good finishes here this weekend and moving forward. So that being said, let's take you through the schedule and how things are going to run out here this evening. You can already hear them behind me. Cars are doing engine heat right now, getting ready to push on the racetrack for the first laps of 2025. So the World of Outlaw late models will hit the racetrack first for hot laps. Then we'll put the 604s on the track for hot lap qualifying. Then we'll put the Outlaws back on the racetrack for their qualifying session, 3 cars, 2 laps each. And then we'll put 602s on the racetrack for hot lap qualifying. Shortly following that, we'll bring you back down here to the stage for opening ceremonies. And then how the 604 breaks out is they'll have separate features, somewhat acting as heat races to build out the format for the weekend. But the 604s will have their first feature of 20 laps, and then we'll do another 604 feature of 20 laps. We've got 6 heat races scheduled for the World of Outlaw late models. We'll talk to we'll have the winner from each of those heat races join me down on the front stretch for that redraw. But following those 6 World of Outlaw heats, we'll have the first 602 late model feature of the evening. We'll then do that redraw down here on the front stretch with your top 6 drivers. Then go right into the last chance showdowns for the World of Outlaw late models. We'll then have the 3rd and 4th 604 late model features, and then we'll put that World of Outlaw late model feature, the first one of 2025, on the racetrack, 35 laps the distance, and then to cap off the evening, another 602 feature. So once again, I'm Hannah Newhouse. So excited to be back here for the 2025 season, get things underway. The sun is shining. It's turning out to be a beautiful day here at Volusia Speedway Park. But Ruben Mireles, the voice of the World of Outlaw late models, he's up top, joined by Cody Early with the 604s, Bob Stokels with the 602 late models. And it's crazy to think the World of Outlaw season starts here, and it starts right now at Volusia Speedway Park.
Every season begins with a blank page. Our story starts here. Each race, a chapter, each lap, a line written in dirt and speed. The track tells the story. The drivers bring it to life. A new season of relentless speed, unforgiving competition, unstoppable passion. From the small towns to the grandest stages. New rivalries, new legends, waiting to be written. From hometown heroes to the sport's fiercest competitors, every turn holds a new twist. And it all starts right here, right now.
Wide in turns 1 and 2 with lap cars, but ahead of steam on the outside. Has to put their chips in the center of the table, all in.
I know these drivers, I expect them to be very aggressive early on. Ruben, it's all about that balance.
Oh, that slide job at 1 and 2 with risky move there.
You've got to be on point. You've got to be on your mode every single race.
On the exit of turn number 2, way up there, and nearly touches the Mississippi River.
It's going to be who's more cutthroat, who's willing to put themselves in those compromising positions. There is so much on the line for so many drivers.
He'll go to the top side, back the boards at 3 and 4. No, buckle up, it's about to be a good one. All we needed was one opportunity, and he takes control down the front straightaway.
Time to make history and rewrite it once again here with World of Outlaws.
The dirt awaits, the fight begins, the season starts now. This is the World of Outlaws Late Model Series.
'Cause I just can't lose you.
If that don't give you chills, I don't know what will. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the world's fastest half-mile, Volusia Speedway Park. My name's Ruben Mireles, the voice of the World of Outlaws late models, welcoming you to the opening night of the 2025 season, the 24th season for the World of Outlaws late models, and it is going to be a phenomenal year. A lot of storylines to touch on, a lot of great things happening with the World of Outlaws case late models, and we're ready for it. We have a total of 57 entries here this evening at Sunshine Nationals. That is officially a record car count for this event. This event continues to grow. 5th annual Sunshine Nationals. 2021, first year we had 38 cars. 2022, 47. 2023, 48. Last year we had 56. And now a whopping 57. Official new car count record for the World of Outlaws late models portion of this event. We'll have 6 heat races here tonight and all that coming up. Hot laps getting ready to roll out here in just a few moments. Mike Van Genderen now in charge of track prep operations here at Volusia Speedway Park for the Sunshine Nationals, Dirt Car Nationals, of course ASCS coming up next week. Then you have the World of Outlaw NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series and all the great fun activities during the Federated Auto Parts Dirt Car Nationals. So Mike Van Genderen finishing up the racetrack looking really good. A lot of positivity from the drivers. In the past, here at Volusia Speedway Park, there's been a shelf in 3 and 4 and a little shelf in turns 1 and 2. So what a shelf means, there's a little bit of negative banking up there, and that ruins momentum for drivers that are trying to run the top here at Volusia Speedway Park. You stand on the back straightaway. I did the race day video today, and it looks like a bowl down there. It looks like it has massive banking, and that's something that we don't see. A lot of drivers were commenting on that. It says when you took that shelf away, it looks super banked, and I expect fast lap times here at Volusia Speedway Park. Mike Van Genderen and his crew exiting off the back straightaway. There you see Series Director Steve Francis. Steve Francis now on his 3rd year as the World of Outlaws Late Models Series Director, and 2025 going to be an enormous year for the World of Outlaws Case Late Models. 57 races between 33 racetracks in 16 states. Francis, the 2007 champion, 28-time World of Outlaws winner, returns for his 3rd year. A new tech director this year for the World of Outlaws late models. We have Melvin Welch back. There was a big tech line today, and a lot of things were fixed down there today. Melvin Welch was with the World of Outlaws in 2017. He returns as the tech director. In 2025, we have increased our industry-leading payouts and made minimum $12,000 to win shows here in 2025, as well as increased points fund, now over $1 million. Increased points fund and winner circle bonus program. You put those together, $1.6 million now available to our teams in 2024, nearly a third of $1 million increase from 2024. Our points fund has an increase in every position for 2025, and we're paying the top 14. We're paying nearly $1.2 million just in the championship fund alone, which is a 20% increase from 2024, seeing the champion now drive away with a series high of $225,000. Points fund also expands to pay the top 14 full-time drivers, with goals to expand in the future as well. The Winner Circle bonus program is back, bigger and better, but different. All full-time Outlaws can earn an extra $32,000 to $10,000. I'll explain how that works. It's $1,000 per track. As I mentioned earlier, 57 races, 33 different tracks. Every time the hauler moves, they get money, and it depends where you are in the point standings. Cars going to make their way into the infield, so we have a little bit of time to explain that. It's $1,000 per track. So this weekend, these drivers got $1,000 if you're the top 6 in Outlaw points. Of course, we're going based off last year. And then there's a $3,000. That's a $3,000 increase from 2024. $800 a track, which is $26,400 for teams 7th through 14th in Outlaw points, and $300 a track, which is $9,900, basically $10,000 for teams 15th on back. Yes, we pay the top 14 in Outlaw points, but you're still getting money. If you're not in the top 14, 15th on back, get $10,000, as it's $300 a track every time the hauler moves to however many teams follow. The champion with the winner circle bonus will walk away with a record $258,000 $53,000. That's a $53,000 increase from 2024 for the champion this season. Even the driver that finishes 14th in World of Outlaws competition this year could drive away with $46,400 at the end of the year to finish 14th with the World of Outlaws late models. Championship purses with potential winner circle bonus money. Well, top 5 automatically get 6-figure paydays just with a championship point fund alone. Now, you throw in the winner circle bonus, top 6. If that 7th driver flirts around up there with that money, we can possibly have 7 drivers drive away with 6-figure paydays at the end of the year. You want to talk about money? You got it. 7 drivers could potentially drive away with 6-figure paydays at the end of the year. It is a great time to be an outlaw. And of course, this year, Dave Warren Power Sports welcome them aboard with the World of Outlaws late models. Dave Warren Power Sports, your champion, not only going to walk away with $258,000, but also a brand new pit bike. Also to our Rookie of the Year, sponsored by MD3 as well. Welcome MD3 back on board. And of course, a random fan also going to win a pit bike. So, giving away 3 pit bikes, a lot of money for the champion, and a lot of great things happening with the World of Outlaws late models here. And of course, returning favorites this year, we got Sunshine Nationals. We got the Federated Auto Parts Dirt Car Nationals coming up February 13th, 14th, and 15th. The Fireball 50 at Atomic Speedway, April 4th and 5th. The Illini 100. A lot of shows have really upped it up. How about Dairyland Showdown, May 1st, 2nd, 3rd, $75,000 to win finale. How about the USA Nationals? Did we mention that? $100,000 to win the 37th annual USA Nationals at Cedar Lake later this year. Did we mention the Gopher 50? $50,000 finale and a $250,000 overall purse for the 46th annual Napa Auto Parts Gopher 50. There's so many storylines. I mean, we even our Ohio, Pennsylvania swing, May 15th, 16th, and 18th, $30,000 to win at Marion Center and $20,000 to win at Bedford. Phenomenal money up for grabs. The World of Outlaws, industry leading when it comes to paying through the field. Steve Francis, 3rd year as series director, he's made one thing clear since he signed the dotted line with World Racing Group on day 1. More wealthy race teams. And that is flat out what he's doing. Lots of money on the line. New additions in 2025, the return to Smoky Mountain Speedway. We'll talk about all the other great returns, but nonetheless, we got cars on the racetrack for World of Outlaws, hot laps, and first driver out there, MD3 Rookie of the Year. Remember, Daniel Hilseback was MD3 Rookie of the Year contender last year. If you run more than 51% of the series, you're not eligible, but remember, he had that wrist injury at Brownstown. He had not reached that point, now declaring all healed up. Daniel Hilseback out of Earlham, Iowa, MD3 Rookie of the Year contender here in 2025. Out of Marshalltown, Iowa, in the Cooney Motorsports, number 19R, the Reaper. Ryan Gustin back on tour with the Outlaws. Had a phenomenal 2024. The Reaper now has Cody Mallory wrenching the wrenches on that 19R as crew chief of the Cooney Motorsports 19R. The 32 of the smooth operator, Bobby Pierce on the Speedway. Bobby Pierce in his Vengeance Tour. The Oakwood, Illinois driver looking for his 2nd career championship. 10th on the all-time wins list with 31 career World of Outlaw victories. Right behind him in the number 20 RT, Ricky Thornton Jr. That team signed it. They did the loyalty deposit and see how Speed Weeks goes out of Martinsville, Indiana in the Kohler Motorsports. Number 20 RT, Ricky Thornton Jr. Back for more after a phenomenal season. He had won 4 of the 7 races before World Finals last year out of Chatham, Illinois. Brian Shirley back for more this year. Finished 7th in World of Outlaws points a year ago. Right behind him in the number 111, Max Blair out of Centerville, Pennsylvania. Also doing the loyalty deposit and signing with the Outlaws. See where things go through Speed Weeks. Max Blair to Centerville, Pennsylvania. Right behind him, MD3 Rookie of the Year contender from Urbana, Missouri. In the number 8, Dylan McCowan, the 21-year-old in his 3rd year as Super Late Model competition. Dirt Car Summer Nationals champion and the 2020 World of Outlaws Rookie of the Year, now declaring for World of Outlaws Championship contention out of Hampton, Georgia, the number 12 of Ashton Winger. Right behind him in car number 93, that is going to be Corey Lawler out of Hanover, Pennsylvania. Lawler trying to make his first Outlaw start, the 23-year-old in his 6th year of Super Late Model competition. First year in a super late model from Lakeshore, Minnesota, trying to make his first Outlaw feature tonight in his Outlaw debut, the number 60 of Dan Ebert. Those are all the drivers around the Speedway. It is good to be back. 76 long days that felt really short, but nonetheless, we're ready to commence the 2025 season as the boys are back in town.
Change had much to say, but man, I still think them cats are crazy. They were asking if you were around, how you was, where you could be found. Told them you were living downtown, driving all the old men crazy. The boys are back in town, boys are back in town. I said,
The Gorsuch Performance green flag is out here in Hot Laps. Dirt King Simulators back on board with the World of Outlaws late models here in 2025. Dirt King Simulators awarding $100 to the driver that turns the Dirt King Simulators fastest hot lap in Hot Laps. So the driver with the fastest lap in Hot Laps will get an extra $100. If you ever attend a World of Outlaws late model race, head on down to the Midway and visit them down there and take some laps in the Dirt Kings Simulators. Track record at Volusia Speedway Park set by Bobby Pierce on January 19th of 2024, track record 15.100. Dylan McCowan, MD3 Rookie of the Year contender, atop of the charts here in the number 8, 16.887. Ryan Gustin, second quick, 17.055. There you see Ryan Gustin on your screen. Ryan Gustin, he's one of 5 drivers entered today. Out of 57 drivers, he's one of the 5 that has made every Sunshine Nationals feature. There's been a total of 8 of them. He's made all 8 of them. Best career finish during the Sunshine Nationals, 4th back in 2023. 3 top 10s for Ryan Gustin. But it's MD3 Rookie of the Year contender Dylan McCowan atop of the charts. And the McCowan Farms, Sonic, Empire Energy, Pomeroy Services, BLC Trucking, Infinity, Scott Bailey, number 8. The 21-year-old has wins with the Comp Cam Super Dirt Series, MLRA, and Mars. 4 Outlaw starts for Dylan McCowan. Best finish 13th at Makokata. There you see Garrett Alberson, my fellow New Mexico driver. Garrett Alberson never has raced at Volusia Speedway Park. He's been here as crew chief with Earl Pearson Jr., but first laps behind the wheel of a race car. First driver leading him out. Out of Blairsville, Georgia, in the 49, Jonathan Davenport. Jonathan Davenport, first visit to the Sunshine Nationals for the 49 with the World of Outlaws. In the 99B, it's going to be Bear Lake, Pennsylvania driver Boom Briggs, Boom, and that Dave Warren Power Sports 99B. Joining us from Las Cruces, New Mexico, 1 win on the year out there in New Mexico, Garrett Alberson, trying to make his 20th Outlaw start here tonight. Best career Outlaw finish, 8th at the Prairie Dirt Classic a year ago. Right behind him, the Magic Man, Mark Whitener out of Middleburg, Florida. Mark Whitener, 24 career World of Outlaw starts. Behind him, the New Deal, Hudson O'Neill out of Martinsville, Indiana. 2 career World of Outlaw victories for him. Carson Brown in the 28 right behind him, trying to make his first ever Outlaw feature. 16 years of age in his 3rd year of super late model competition. Michael Leach out of Sun River, Montana, also trying to qualify into his first ever World of Outlaws feature in his 2nd year of super late model competition in the number 09. Right behind him, you're going to find the number 59 of Dillard Hatchett in his super late model debut out of Cornersville, Tennessee in the number 59. Right behind him, the 22 of Drake Troutman, MT3 Rookie of the Year contender out of Heinemann, Pennsylvania, and that Team 22 Incorporated 22. Jackson Heiss, another youngin on the field here, 17-year-old first-generation driver, now in his 2nd year of competition under the super late model banner. Caution lights are out. This is Hot Lap session number 2. Dylan McCowan has the extra $100 courtesy of Dirt King Simulators currently at the moment. Bobby Pierce, track record holder, third quick. Ryan Gustin second. We'll see what these drivers in hot lap session number 2 produce. Hudson O'Neal goes third quick, Whitener 10th, Carson Brown now 10th. Troutman 10th, Dillard Hatchett 14th. There you see Drake Troutman upsetting the car there in the bottom of turns 1 and 2. Jonathan Davenport second quick in the 49. The two-time ULMS champion Boom Briggs on your screen there on DIRTVision. Boom Briggs 11th quick right now. Checkered flag is going to fly, and it's still the MD3 Rookie of the Year contender Dylan McCowan with the extra $100 in his pocket right now, as he still sits fastest here with the Dirt King Simulator's fastest hot lap at a 16.887. But it's Jonathan Davenport second quick, Ryan Gustin third, Hudson O'Neal fourth, Bobby Pierce fifth. Hot lap session number 3 being led out by the 44 Chris Madden. Chris Madden came across this stat while I was preparing for Sunshine Nationals. I mentioned 8 Sunshine National features have been ran with the World of Outlaws. Chris Madden has made 7 of the 8. Out of all those 7, 6 of them are top 10s. He leads in heat race wins, which is 5, and top 5s in the Sunshine Nationals. The most consistent driver. 4 top 5s, that's first in Sunshine Nationals history. And his best career finish, third. Has not won. Not once or twice. 2 times he's finished third. 2022, so Chris Madden looking to get that first Sunshine Nationals victory in that 44. New team for him, of course, G.R. Smith and the Team 22 Incorporated. Chris Madden running an outlaw schedule. Chris Madden, oh so close to World of Outlaw championships in the past. Got second in 2023 to Bobby Pierce by 112 points. Second to Shepard in 2021. Third in 2018, only 76 points behind Marlar and Shepard. And then 17, second to Shepard. Madden, oh so close to a World of Outlaws championship. Of course, had a championship run last year. And then medical issues sidelined him for the rest of the year. Hot lap session number 3 led out by the 44, Chris Smokey Madden. 39 career World of Outlaws victories. He is 6th on the all-time wins list with a World of Outlaws 307 outlaw starts for Chris Madden. Right behind him, you'll find the number 43, Derek Stewart from Ainsworth, Iowa. Derek Stewart, 4 World of Outlaw starts. Best finish 15th at Independence Motor Speedway last season in his second year of Super Late Model competition. Car number 59, that's going to be Trey Mills out of St. Augustine, Florida, in the Brandon Cotto Motorsports car. The 16-year-old trying to make his first outlaw start, last year's Hunt the Front Super Dirt Series Rookie of the Year in his third year of Super Late Model competition. Right behind him, the number 81, that is going to be Jason Riggs out of College Grove, Tennessee. 1 World of Outlaw start that came at Farmer City Raceway last season. He's now in his 20th year of late model racing. The 20TC now in his sophomore season with the World of Outlaws. That's going to be Tricky Tristan Chamberlain in his 5th year behind the wheel of a super late model. The 17-year-old, 31 outlaw starts. Best finish came at the Rocket Raceway in Texas last season. In the number 9, that's going to be T-Mac, Tim McCready, the 2006 World of Outlaws champion. Tim McCready tied for 8th on the all-times win list with Scott Bloomquist at 33 career World of Outlaw victories. MD3 Rookie of the Year contender out of Wade, North Carolina, the 75, Daniel Adam. 1 World of Outlaw start, came at Maquoketa last year, finished 16th. The 19-year-old entering his 3rd year of Super Late Model competition. In car 109 from Alcoa, Florida, that's going to be Nick Johnson in his first ever Super Late Model race here tonight, making his World of Outlaws debut and Super Late Model debut in the 109, Nick Johnson. The B1, Brent Larson, back for more to Lake Elmo, Minnesota, now entering his 9th year of Super Late Model competition, inching closer to that 300th outlaw start, 297 for the B1 of Brent Larson. Those are all the drivers around the Speedway. This is Hot Lap Session number 3. Gorsuch Performance green flag in the air. Hot lap session number 3. Roaring around Volusia Speedway Park, Dylan McCowan still has that extra $100 courtesy of Dirt King Simulators at a 16.887. Fastest here in hot laps. One driver slow, believe that is Nick Johnson in the 109. Nick Johnson in his first ever super late model race here today. And he is slow in the top of turns 1 and 2. That'll draw the caution here in this hot lap session. And the Kryptonite Oliver powered Driscoll Engineering number 109. He'll get the assistance from Volusia Speedway Park officials. Mitchell Hedstrom returns as race director for the World of Outlaws late models here for his second season. Jeff Olson still timing and scoring with the World of Outlaws late models. Safety official Matty Watkins still down there in the infield. I mentioned Melvin Welch, now tech director with the World of Outlaws. He was with the Outlaws in 2017. Good to have him back. Caution lights are out, getting ready to give them the Gorsuch Performance green flag once again. There you see Landa Pressure Washer on the nose of the B1 of Brent Larson. Landa Pressure Washer, now the official sponsor of Last Chance Showdowns with the World of Outlaws, as the Gorsuch Performance green flag back out in the air. Hot lap session number 3, back to full throttle. Tim McCready goes fourth quick at a 17.092. There you see T-Mac rolling around Chamberlain on the bottom, down the back straightaway. T-Mac oh so good here. A lot of laps from a big block to a late model. Chris Madden goes 9th quick. Trey Mills 13th in that Kato Motorsports. Jason Riggs 14th. Tim McCready will go 4th quick overall. He is the fastest driver here in the 3rd hot lap session. 4th quick overall. Ryan Gustin 3rd. Jonathan Davenport 2nd. And Dylan McCowan still with an extra $100 courtesy of Dirt King Simulators for turning the Dirt King Simulators fastest hot lap. You see Ross Robinson in the 7, getting ready to roll out here momentarily for hot lap session at number 4. Ross Robinson, 3 Sunshine National starts for him with the Outlaws. Got 6th back in 2022. That's his best finish with this one. So drivers go around Rim Road, which is right behind turns 3 and 4 down the back straightaway. We will load heats 1, 2, and 3, same as hot lap groups 1, 2, and 3 in the infield. And then we'll welcome hot lap and heat races 4, 5, and 6 into the infield. And that's the way we'll load in cars. Thankfully, able to use Rim Road. A year ago, so much precipitation landed on the grounds that Rim Road was just so saturated. Now we can use it this year and makes the process a little more smooth than having to load in cars from the back gate down into the infield. There you see Jake Tim in the 49. Jake Tim declaring for World of Outlaws MD3 Rookie of the Year in the 49. And Jake Tim went to go talk to him because I read his social media post on Facebook at Jake Tim Racing. Go give him a like and follow him throughout the year. Jake Tim, it's been a dream to start a season at Volusia Speedway Park. It's been a dream to run the World of Outlaws. Of course, he grew up going to the Gopher, right? The Gopher was a World of Outlaws race since the beginning, very, very many years, and that's what Sorensen too. I remember going to Deer Creek and watching them as a kid, and I always wanted to be an outlaw. And of course, we go to Dairyland Showdown, which I mentioned earlier, $75,000 to win. There are some big paying races this year. $100,000 at USA Nationals. Of course, Jake Tim not too far from there. And Jake Tim, super thankful, super excited to get the season started here at Volusia Speedway Park in his MD3 Rookie of the Year campaign. A lot of great rookies this year. If you thought the rookie class was exciting last year, wait till this year. We have some heavy hitters in that one. Inside of the 19 of Dustin Sorensen. Last year's MD3 Rookie of the Year champion, Dustin Sorensen, had a great season. Remember, he almost won at Brownstown and almost could have won the USA Nationals. You talked to Bobby Pierce, and he said, Sorensen was definitely a little better there. And of course, rain fell and that one got cut short. And Sorensen, going to be interesting to see. USA Nationals, $100,000 to win later this year. Dalton Wilson onto the Speedway, a potential MD3 Rookie of the Year candidate, signing with both. He will determine what he does after Speed Weeks. But Dalton Wilson declaring and doing the loyalty deposit at Fayetteville, North Carolina. 30 Outlaw starts for Wilson. In the 7, Ross Robinson from Georgetown, Delaware. 40 Outlaw starts, best finish 5th with the Outlaws at Delaware International back in 2014. He enters his 19th season of Super Late Model competition. Jake Timmon of Winona, Minnesota, MD3 Rookie of the Year contender, 6th year behind the wheel of a super late model. Then the 17 SS, Brendan Smith at Dade City, Florida on the Speedway, try to make his first Outlaw feature, 19-year-old in his 3rd year of super late model competition. The 17Z, Seth Zacharias at Vestal, New York, also trying to qualify into his first ever feature, 20 years old in his 2nd year of super late model competition. Signing with the Outlaws and paying the loyalty deposit at Frankfort, Illinois, Frank Heckenass Jr., the 2014 World of Outlaws Rookie of the Year, is back in the 99 Junior. 3 former Rookie of the Years are back. We'll get to the other 2. The 19, last year's MD3 Rookie of the Year contender, Dustin Sorensen of Rochester, Minnesota, make it 4 with him, but we knew he was coming back. The Longhorn Pro Power, Altenburg Construction at number 19. And the 14W, Dustin Walker, Polk, Missouri driver, 50 Outlaw starts, best finish 16th at Bedford last year in his 10th year of super late model competition. The 2022 champion is back, and he is looking good in that Capital number 28. Dennis Erb Jr., of course, teaming up with the 2015 World of Outlaws champion Shane Clanton under the Capital banner now, and Dennis has looked really good the one night of competition last week at Golden Isles. Dennis Erb Jr. back for more. The 97 of Kay Dillard back on tour to Robeline, Louisiana in the S&S Fishing and Rental, number 97, 4 career World of Outlaw victories, entering his 8th year of super late model competition, 5th in World of Outlaws point standings a year ago. His career best is 3rd back in 2020. Those are all the drivers around the Speedway as we get ready here for Hot Lap session number 4. But actually, I see one more driver in the corner of my eye, and that's Tanner English on the back straightaway. Tanner English, the 2022 World of Outlaws Rookie of the Year. And fun fact, the highest finishing rookie to ever finish in the point standings, got 2nd that year. Tanner English back in that Coleman Farms Racing number 96. Good to have Tanner Man back as we get ready for Hot Lap session number 4. Gorsuch Performance green flag is out. Dylan McCowan still at top of the charts with the Dirt King Simulator's fastest hot lap. Trouble for Frank Heckenass Jr. Turn number 2, going to loop it around in the 99 Junior. It was frenetic getting down here for some teams. Frank Heckenass Jr., Kay Dillard, of course, with the storm, the winter storm that passed down the southern parts of the states. There's the DIRTVision replay of what happened with Frank Heckenass. And of course, our deepest condolences to Jim Weber. For those that follow and pay attention in dirt late model racing, you've noticed me say Jim Weber Motorsports for a long time with Frank Heckenass Jr. and Jim Weber passing away during this offseason. Really unfortunate. Jim Weber was an awesome gentleman, always messaging me every day, watching on DIRTVision, and a big supporter of Frank Heckenass, and our condolences to the Weber family. But Frank Heckenass Jr. declaring for World of Outlaws, he said, I got a good point in May that I can run. Then we take a little month break, and he's going to determine if he has all his ducks in a row and continue on. He's been wanting to do it for the past 3 years, but Frankie said, I had to get, the new baby. The new baby arrived. Congratulations to him and his wife and family, and Frankie trying to do it this year. There you see Kay Dillard. Kay Dillard, him and Kyle Bronson are the 2 drivers that were so fast last year, but yet didn't win. And Kay Dillard, I hope he takes a lot of positives from last year. 5 quick times, multiple heat race wins. Kay Dillard could have finished 7th in Outlaw point standings. And Charlotte, from 7th to 5th, went the 97 to Dillard. They found speed late in that throwback. And of course, we didn't even mention our other big race down there at Boot Hill, going to pay $50,000 to win later this year. That's going to be dynamite. dancing with the Gators here in Florida and down there in Louisiana. Gorsuch Performance, green flag is out. Once again, there you see Tanner English back on tour. Jake Tim, MD3 Rookie of the Year contender. Dennis Erb Jr., 13th quick. Dillard, 29th. Dalton Wilson, 25th. Other drivers in the 30s here during lap times. Dustin Walker, 29th. Checkered flag is going to fly. Dennis Erb Jr. in the 28. I believe was the fastest in this group, and that was 13th quick. So Dylan McCowan may be walking out of here with an extra $100. The 21-year-old declaring for MD3 Rookie of the Year. Good start so far. Hopefully you can translate that into qualifying and get Simpson Racing Products quick time later on tonight. Crews and cars will exit on the back straightaway. We'll get ready to welcome hot lap session number 5. You see Ethan Dotson, MD3 Rookie of the Year contender this year. We'll talk about him in just a few moments. Leading him out back in the Rocket 1 house car. The 5-time World of Outlaws champion out of New Berlin, Illinois, the all-time winningest driver with 86 career Outlaw victories, the number 1 of, we can say it again, the Rocket Shep, Brandon Shepard, back behind the wheel of Rocket 1. The number 93, Carson Ferguson out of Lincolnton, North Carolina, and the Paler Motorsports number 93, entering his 4th season of Super Late Model competition, declaring for MD3 Rookie of the Year. Another MD3 Rookie of the Year candidate out of Bakersfield, California, and the ASD Motorsports, number 74X, Ethan Dotson. Won the Ruben here at Volusia a couple years ago. Then Stacy Bowles out of Clinton, Tennessee, joining us here this weekend. 23rd season behind the wheel of a Super Late Model for Stacy Bowles. In the 11, Austin Smith out of Cedartown, Georgia, in his 9th year of Super Late Model competition. Declaring for MD3 Rookie of the Year. Did not have him on our radar. That is phenomenal. He came to Volusia last year for the first time in 8 years. He took an 8-year break from racing, came back last year, made big strides, big improvements. He was showing a lot of speed at the end of the year, and now declaring for MD3 Rookie of the Year. 15 Outlaw starts, best finish 11th at Weed Sport back in 2016. The 99, Devin Moran out of Dresden, Ohio, 13-time Outlaw feature winner for the 2017 World of Outlaws Rookie of the Year. The number 20, Jimmy Owens out of Newport, Tennessee. 21 career World of Outlaw victories for Jimmy Owens. Jimmy Owens also doing the loyalty deposit. In the number 20, we'll see what he can do with the Color Motorsport. Good to see him back in green. Those are all the drivers around the Volusia Speedway Park here for hot lap session number 5 with the World of Outlaws late models for the opening night of the 2025 season. Drivers going to roll in that bottom groove just a little bit. We have our friends from the World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series helping us out. I believe that's Jerry, official down there from the World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series at the bottom of turns 3 and 4. He's an Illinois native. He loves his late models. But of course, he's a sprint car guy. We forgive him for that. But nonetheless, helping us out here. And caution lights are out. We get ready for hot lap session number 5. Gorsuch Performance green flag is out here in this one. Austin Smith, 21st quick. Jimmy Owens just laid down a whopping lap time. He now has the Dirt King Simulator's fastest hot lap, 16.856 for the Newport Nightmare, Jimmy Owens. Austin Smith, 21st. Jimmy Owens still fastest in the 20. Brandon Shepard in Rocket 1, 15th quick. Carson Ferguson, 8th quick. Devin Moran, 14th quick. Ethan Dodson, 24th quick. Jimmy Owens, one of the 5 drivers that have started every Sunshine Nationals feature event. Those 8 drivers include Brent Larson, Ryan Gustin, Jimmy Owens, Dennis Erb Jr., and Cade Dillard. Jimmy Owens, out of all his starts here at the Sunshine Nationals, his best finish is 5th back in 2021. Jimmy Owens, of course, Ramirez Motorsports for the longest time, and now Kohler Motorsports last year, now entering his 2nd year of Kohler Motorsports, and you can see what 1 year's worth of notebook does. Is Jimmy Owens fast here with an extra $100 if he can hang on to it from Dirt King Simulators at a 16.856. Next hot lap session, getting ready to roll onto the speedway here in a few moments. And our final hot lap session, getting ready to roll onto the speedway. Getting his first national touring win a week ago, the number 16, Tyler Bruning, in that beautiful looking gold and black race car. Tyler Bruning out of Decorah, Iowa, the 2021 World of Outlaws Rookie of the Year, had his career best start with the World of Outlaws late models a year ago in the 16, and looking to carry that momentum into this year. A championship contender for the World of Outlaws 2025. The 157, Mike Marler, his teammate, joins us tonight out of Winfield, Tennessee, the 2018 Outlaws champion, 17 career Outlaw victories for the Winfield Warrior. The 76, driving the Riggs Motorsports Longhorn Factory house car, 20-time Outlaw feature winner. That is Big Sexy Brandon Overton for the 2015 Outlaws Rookie of the Year. The number 81J out of Chickamauga, Georgia, Dale McDowell behind the wheel of the Jack Riggs 81J. Mac Daddy, 14 Outlaw career wins, tied for 15th in the 81J. The number 23, Beckham Malone, the 13-year-old, now starting his 2nd year of Super Late Model competition, the 2023 World Short Track Champion, 604 feature winner, looking to make his first feature start with the Outlaws tonight. Tyler Erb, last year's Dirt Car Summer Nationals champion. In the number 1 out of New Waverly, Texas, 3 career World of Outlaw victories, all 3 of those coming at Atomic for the 1 of Tyler Erb. And some drivers, Ryan Gustin will tell you, Atomic reminds him a lot about Volusia. We'll see if Tyler Erb could win one here tonight. In the number 9, the MD3 Rookie of the Year champion 2 years ago. What a great season for him last year. 6 World of Outlaw victories for the Titanic number 9, and Nick Hoffman. Originally the 97, now back to the number 2, driving the Stein Motorsports. It's still David Stein. Stein still owns the car. They switched the car to number 2, Cody Overton. 36 Outlaw starts. He enters his 3rd year of Super Late Model competition. In the 40B, Kyle Bronson. Bronson has finished 2nd in the Sunshine Nationals, and he's also won a Sunshine Nationals feature. Bronson, oh so good here in the 40B. Back for more with the Outlaws. The 76 of Blair Nodorf, also on the Speedway. That's your final driver out there in the 76 Snowdrift out of Renner, South Dakota. As the Corsage Performance green flag flies in the final hot lap session. Jimmy Owens atop of the charts right now at a 16.856. We'll see if anyone can snatch that $100 from Jimmy Owens for having the Dirt King Simulators fastest hot lap. Nodorf goes 44th. Overton goes 17th. Dale McDowell 49th. Tyler Erb goes 9th. Nick Hoffman goes 25th. Tyler Bruning goes 19th quick. As checkered flag is going to fly here with the World of Outlaws late models for their hot laps. Joining me in the booth is Cody Early. Cody, good to be working with you again, my friend. We are in for another phenomenal edition of the Sunshine Nationals.
Yeah, thank you, Ruben. Going to be an exciting weekend of what we got left here at the Volusia Speedway Park as the Rogers Dabbs Performance Parts Crate Racing USA Winter Shootout Series comes in for race number 2 for drivers on the docket. Well, it was going to be a weekend where the best 2 out of 3 points races counts. Well, with the washout yesterday, drivers will now have 2 features to gain as many points as they can here in weekend number 2 of the 2024 Winter Shootout Series season. A whopping 75 Rogers Dabbs Performance Parts 604 late models on hand, covering 17 different states into this evening's action. How things will work out, we'll have 2 groups in our Stack Products by CV Racing Products time trials, Group A and Group B. We'll split that up, 38 in Group A, 37 in Group B. Then we'll split that up into 4 $1,500 to win feature events tonight. Those races, well, you race good enough tonight, you'll have yourself in a good spot tomorrow, because tomorrow it's all about that $10,000 payday at the end of the afternoon tomorrow to pick up the Dirt Car Sunshine Nationals Championship. Cars will start to work their way into the Volusia Speedway Park in what will be those Group A and Group B qualifying here for the Dirt Car Sunshine Nationals. The 6th time the 604s have graced the world's fastest half mile here at Volusia. Of course, last year, Matt Henderson cashed in on the Saturday night paycheck. But as Ruben had mentioned earlier in the broadcast, of course, usually there is one night of this that we lose every single year. It's becoming a custom now for us to lose one of those 2 prelim nights. As a matter of fact, in the past, we've actually lost the championship night as well. So 2 of the 3 is usually the average we get in here at Volusia Speedway Park. As Group A continues to filter their way in, as we mentioned, 75 drivers on hand to try to lay down the fastest laps they can. Of course, the series will leave Volusia Speedway Park. Next up, we'll head back to the Volunteer State. We'll head to Sweetwater, Tennessee at the I-75 Raceway. Coming up February the 15th for the 7th annual Sweetheart. We'll be up there. $3,000 to win on February the 15th, and then we'll close out the Winter Shootout Series right back here in the Sunshine State, but a little further south, Clewiston, Florida, at Hendry County Motorsports Park. We'll be down there for the 3rd annual Swamp Cabbage 100, which will pay a whopping $15,000 to win to close out the 2025 Winter Shootout Series season. Of course, drivers are fighting for that points money as well. $17,250 up for grab in that points fund. Not only that, but a $2,750 check, too, for the top 3 in the Rookie of the Year race when it comes to the Rogers Dabbs Performance Parts Crate Racing USA Dirt Late Model Series Winter Nationals. Cars starting to finish filling into this front straightaway pit area, and they are looped all the way around the outside of Volusia Speedway Park. But Group A of our hot lap qualifying, this is going to be the only time they get on the racetrack today to make sure everything is right to come back for those feature races tonight. And how you qualify, that's how you'll start in tonight's prelim feature events. Each of those is going to pay $1,500 to win. So we'll simplify things just a little bit. We'll split, instead of a Group A and Group B, there will be 4 qualifying groups. And how it'll happen is 19 in this first group. Well, that will set the stage. Of course, the fastest overall, well, they'll start on the pole of Feature 1. Fastest second car, well, they'll go with the fastest. They'll start on the pole of Feature number 2. That's how they'll decide how we set the lineup. So instead of a Group A, Group B, we'll have 4 qualifying groups, and those will set the stage for those prelim features that will come up later on tonight. We do want to say a big thank you to the marketing partners: Rogers Dabbs Performance Parts, Hoosier Racing Tires, Chevrolet Performance, VP Racing Fuels, VP Racing Lubricants, Knowles Race Parts and Bodies, Cruise with the Champions, KRC Power Steering, Willie's Carburetor and Dyno Shop, and Velocita by Melissa Markowitz, the official marketing partners of the Rogers Dabbs Performance Parts Crate Racing USA Winter Shootout Series. Of course, track record for those curious, Nevin Gainey did it 1 year ago on January the 19th. He went 16.808. That is the track record. We broke it 1 year ago. We'll see if we change that tonight. So the number to keep an eye on will be 16.808. That is the track record. Continuing, it looks to be, we got Group A all kind of sorted in here, and we're finalizing this lineup for this first flight of our Stack Products by CV Racing Products time trials. Of course, only one race in the books for the Winter Shootout Series so far. That was the Ice Bowl, our most recently crowned, yet the third two-time National Touring Series champion. Jimmy Thomas captured the checkered flag back in Talladega Short Track. Sam Seawright second, Hayden Cardwell third. Those top three in points, they are in attendance. Now, it was Drew Kennedy and Josh Henry finished fourth and fifth. John Omby, he's sixth in the points coming in. He's in the house tonight. So possibility for John to make some moves this weekend to try to put himself in position when we go to race weekend number 3 in Sweetwater, Tennessee, coming up February the 15th. So cars are staged. Austin Yarborough will be the first car that we get to see out on the racetrack. He's out of Blackshear, Georgia, an H&R powered rocket chassis. Beside of him, the second car that'll come out onto the racetrack, it will be the 515, fresh off of a 4th place overall finish in the National Tour points a year ago, out of Clay Hill, Tennessee. The H&R powered capital, that's the Ghost, Bubba Rolling. And the John Rowley Trucking, Malloy Grading, Riverstone Construction, 515. A former All-Tech track champion as well. So Yarborough actually turned around the wrong way there at the pit entrance. You see him on the right side of your screen if you're watching on DIRTVision. I was going to say, series director Adam Stewart told him we're getting ready to qualify, and he's got the car turned the wrong way. So not sure, as Austin Yarborough looks like he may be making a left-hand turn, possibly going out of order. He was supposed to roll off first, and he's heading out of here. So not sure what might have happened with Austin Yarborough, but his qualifying effort going to be over before it gets started. Looks like they've pulled over there. There you see Will Harrington. He's a former Crate Racing USA National Tour champion. He's come out maybe to assist to see exactly what is going on with Yarborough's number 18. He sticks his head in there. So the first car out in our qualifying has issues. We'll see possibly what might be going on. Of course, Brian Green turning the wrenches for Austin Yarborough. So I'm hearing possibly something with the spoiler. Not sure how he noticed that. But he is coming back, and wow, that quick adjustment's going to get him back out in time, so he will be the first car that'll come out onto the racetrack. Another one of the drivers expected to chase the Winter Shootout Series Championship as the first cars will roll out. There you see Bubba Rowland. We mentioned him, 4th in the points a year ago in the National Tour. This will be his first race with us in 2025. He'll be the first car out onto the racetrack. Austin Yarborough going to be the second car in that lineup. There you see him. Looks like possibly might be slipping out of order just a little bit. Caleb Gay, he's going to be in that 16 machine. There you see him on your screen out of Dublin, Georgia. That's a 441 Speed Shop Longhorn, 16 for Caleb Gay, a former Southern All-Stars track champion. Or Southern All-Stars Series champion, I might add. Marty Massey, he'll be behind him in the 15. He's out of Douglasville, Georgia, the race tech capital. Marty Massey towing number 15. He kind of would like to forget his weekend at the Ice Bowl. Didn't have exactly the weekend he wanted. And the B2 out of Greencastle, Pennsylvania. That'll be Brian Booz. Brian Booz in the 2 car. And the final car doing the double duty this weekend. That'll be the 13-year-old Becca Malone. He's out of Rock Hill, South Carolina. The G Engineering Longhorn by Wesley Page. Mid-Atlantic Roofing Supply, Fred Caldwell Chevrolet, number 23. There's right now, top of the board, Caleb Gay, 19.134. That's quickest. Bubba Rolling, second fastest. Never mind, Marty Massey just went 19.067. So the checkered flag will come out in a hurry, and it is the youngster, Becca Malone. He goes to the top of the board. He'll set the bar first 18-second lap of this qualifying effort at an 18.981. That's 18.981. Still a long way to go if they want to get to that track record of Nevin Gainey, 16.808. We'll roll our next group out of the racetrack out of Saraland, Alabama. That's the capital of Monty Skinner. 3 career winter shootout series starts for Skinner. He'll be the first car out onto the racetrack. The 31Z behind him, that'll be Tim Schwartz. He's out of Ormond Beach, Florida. The H-Star powered Masterbuilt, A+ medical billing, number 31. So Monty Skinner had to get on the brakes. This is going to bog down everybody. And there you see Mario Gresham. That is not his typical wrap. That is a throwback this weekend. Mario's throwing back to his dad, Ricky Gresham, that he ran that car in the 90s. That's Super Mario, a former Cruise with the Champion Rookie of the Year with the Crate Racing USA Series. Loving the throwback wrap. There's the 3. That'll be Luke Bennett. He's out of Zachary, Louisiana. It's a wall-to-wall Masterbuilt Southern Underground, number 3. Trying to possibly get his first ever Winter Shootout Series start this weekend. There's the 7J. That'll be Dalton Jacobs. He's out of Reidsville, North Carolina. The Eagle-powered Longhorn Applefield Farms. Brandon Benton Trucking. Number 7. Monty Skinner, 18.957. That's quickest right now. That's quickest overall for the moment. It looks like it will hold true, so he's our second car to get into the 18-second range. There you see the 18X. That is a multi-time Ice Bowl champion. That is Michael Page out of Douglasville, Georgia, the Hinter-powered Ride Icon. West Georgia fence number 18. 2024 Dixie Crate Nationals winner, by the way, too. $12,000 he put in his pocket at the historic Dixie Speedway last year. Jared Carey, Lawrenceburg, Kentucky native. Eagle-powered BMF, Oakland, B&D Tools, Napa Auto Parts number 87. It's Tyler Thomason. He's out of Phoenix City, Alabama. That's a Longhorn. Tim Thomason Construction and Landscaping. Under the hood of that number 7 car. Of course, his family now running the East Alabama Motor Speedway. And there you see one of our contenders in the points. It's Hayden Cardwell out of Knoxville, Tennessee. The Phantom Racing, CBR, Ramsey & Son Excavating, Bill Steen, Edwards Plumbing, 07. 6 career Winter Shootout Series starts for Cardwell. 3rd in the points coming in to this evening. There's the 42. That'll be Steven Stratton, Sr. He's out of St. Augustine, Florida. The H-Star powered CBR Green Valley Recycling, number 42. And the 16, the identical-looking 16 to Michael Page. That's a Michael Page race car, but that's Sam Seawright out of Fort Payne, Alabama, under the hood. I used to say helmet. Under the hood, it's a Hinter-powered Capital. Tony Baird Racing, Base Race Fuels for the 16th. Currently 2nd in the points coming in. And there's a guy that I know is brokenhearted. We're not heading back to East Bay Raceway Park ever again. He's out of Winchester, Virginia, the Hinter-powered Rocket of Kyle Hardy. A 2-time prelim East Bay winner and 2-time East Bay champion when we went down there for the Winter Shootout Series. So Sam Seawright, fast enough to go to the top. He goes 18.806. So Seawright will now go to the top. Sam Seawright, well, never mind. It just refreshed. Jared Carey, 18.701. That'll beat out that 18.806 of Seawright. So 18.7 sets the top of the board. So we're going to have a solo run because we mentioned we split them up into 4 groups. So Cale Green will have a solo run. Cale out of Pelion, South Carolina, the H&R powered Longhorn. Jesse Wells, Transtail Incorporated, Pelion Auto Care number 4. He's going to be the final car in what will be our first flight. So 19 cars in that first group. We'll have 19 in our second group. Time to beat right now, 18.701. 18.701, that's the top. Lawrenceburg, Kentucky's Jared Carey. We'll see what he can do on his first lap. A little sideways off of turn 4. He'll cross the stripe into the top 15. 11th fastest for Cale Green. You'll see the checkered flag. His qualifying effort will end. Did he get any quicker on lap number 2? He did not. So 11th fastest for Cale Green. So Jared Carey going to be the quickest out of our first group. 18.701. 18.701. He will be the fastest out of group number 1. Get our next 6 cars ready to rock and roll. First car, that will be, I believe that's the 14 AJ. That will be AJ Miller. He's out of Fultonville, New York. The GM-powered Rocket XR1 SRI Performance M2 medal. Number 14 behind him in the 57. That's going to be Landon Zaklowski. He's out of Union, South Carolina, in the 57 car. I was going to say, Joe Belke had his hands full, caught that just in a glimpse moment in the 118, or the 119 rather. Joe Belke, he's out of Daytona Beach, Florida, the Hendrick-powered Warrior. Whittington Roofing, KRC Power Steering, number 119. There's the 14Y, that'll be Dale Jones. He'd have Raymond, Mississippi. And the 16W, that'll be Wesley Scott. He's out of Dallas, Georgia, the Bobby Thomas powered Rocket. West Pro JCB on that machine in the 16. So AJ Miller goes 19.254 right now. That's the quickest time out of this second group that's hit the racetrack. Joe Belke says, I'll take that and I'll raise it. Never mind, AJ Miller took it back, 18.927. Joe Belke's 19.120, second fastest. Wesley Scott, third. So Miller went with an 18.927. That's fastest out of this second group. Matthew Larson, how about that? The baby bomber squeezed in there. Second fastest out of Lake Elmo, Minnesota. That's an Eagle-powered Rocket, Hanco Fuel Factory for the son of World of Outlaw driver Brent Larson. Second quickest for Matthew. Here comes Mac McCarter. He is a former Sunshine Nationals champion. He's out of Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, the Pro-Built CBR Parkway Liquor Stores. Hoosier Tire South, HCS Shocks, number 51. He'll be the first car out of this next set. And I believe that'll be Mark Page in the 19X out of Douglasville, Georgia, the Hendrick-powered Longhorn, West Georgia Fence, CNS Auto Electric, number 19. So Michael, the Page family, well represented here this weekend. There's Kate Lowdy. He's in the Barry Wright house car this weekend. Hendrick-powered, Bruce Miller Masonry, Bush Forestry, JB Salvage, Rogersville, Tennessee driver, the 126. He double dipped this weekend as well. And there is the 67 of Garrett Stewart out of Fruitland Park, Florida. That just sounds like a nice place. Hendrick-powered Longhorn Salt Dove, B4 signs, number 67. It just sounds peaceful. And there's Corey Neal. Corey Neal out of Prince City, Texas, the Eagle-powered GRT, Curtis & Sons Company's first-class septic, Fast 1 Speed Shop, number 7. And I believe the final car is going to be David Showers Jr. out of St. Augustine, Florida. H&R Power under the hood of David Showers. And Mac McCarter, 18.662. That is the fastest overall time we've seen so far. And it comes out of this second group qualifies. Kate Lowdy was second. That's not too shabby either at an 18.741. So what should be down to our final flight here in this second group, Cam Boyd. Cam Boyd's going to be the first car out. He's out of Blackshear, Georgia. So he will make his way out to 17P. That'll be Rob Pitcher, another driver from the state of New York. Oh boy, he's all cattywampus out of turn 4 and somehow brought it back. Good to see the drivers from up north making their way down here to give it a run. That's Leighton Sullivan. He's out of Gaffney, South Carolina, the Hendrick-powered XL Racing Chassis. Hammocks of Gaffney, Nichols Plumbing on the side of that 2 machine, and already some racing out of turn 4. There's the 59 of Brian Wooldridge. He's out of Lawrenceburg, Kentucky. Eagle Power Rocket, L&W Outfitters. The 131, that's Matt Herlong out of Valorica, Florida. The H&R Powered Rocket, Matco Boulder Services, JM Creations, 131. And I thought we was going to squeeze one more in there. He's out of Volusia, Florida. Sean Reagan in the 96. H&R powered Rocket XR1 Morgan Speed Shop. Reagan Diesel Power, number 96. Checker flag going to come out. And Leighton Sullivan, he goes to the top. How about that? Leighton goes 18.436. That's going to be fastest overall. Cam Boyd was second quickest, 18.574. And then Mac McCarter's 18.662, good enough to keep him in the third spot. So officially halfway home in our Stack Products by CV Racing Products time trials. Group number 2 will get ready to roll its way into staging. 37 cars will make up Group 2, but as for right now, top fast time, Gaffney, South Carolina's Leighton Sullivan in the 2 car holds the top spot. So officially halfway home, they're going to clear the infield and let these first 2 groups of cars leave out. Of course, they'll have their features first. We'll split up these 604 features. There'll be 4 of them. Each of them will pay $1,500 to win tonight. They are all points races tonight. So they are championship points racing tonight. Everybody will gather points tonight. And then tomorrow night, it'll come down to that $10,000 to win main event. 30 laps. Should be 24 to 26 cars. Crazy to think 75 cars on hand and 26 of them will possibly get to race. So over 40 plus, nearly 50 cars will go home not making that feature tomorrow night. So the pressure will be heavy to try to get in tonight because this is really, you don't want to race any of those B-main last chance races tomorrow. You want to get it done tonight. So the cars looks like they are stacking up at the top side. Got some of the cars already in the infield for this third group. Of course, former winners of this event. Matt Henderson, of course, cashed in on the big money a year ago. Prelim winners in 2024. Dylan Brown, he's in the house. Richie Stevens did that a year ago. Austin Yarborough, something about this place in Austin Yarborough. 2 prelim feature wins at this event. All time. He's got 1 in 23, and he did it again in 24. So if you're a betting person, every time Yarborough has been in a prelim feature here, he's won the prelim feature. So if you want to look at it that way, Brock Pinkerus, Bam Bam. It's another driver that won a prelim feature here last year. 19 total features. If you take all the prelims since 2020, which, by the way, it took a whole year for somebody other than Kyle Bronson to win one of these 604 features. He won the 16th, 17th, and 18th days of January in 2020. It was Michael Page who ended that streak, January 14th of 2021, and then Kyle Bronson went back to victory lane, January the 16th of 2021. Then they kind of shook it up just a little bit. We've seen names like Mark Whitener, Ross Bales, Demetrius Strelos, who you're going to see coming up here in this next flight of qualifying. Wright Falk have all won prelim features. There you get a beautiful look down in turns 1 and 2 if you're watching on DIRTVision. What an amazing job with as much rain as they've had in this area. What the track crew has been able to do to get this racing surface in prime condition for this Friday and Saturday night action here at Volusia Speedway Park, as we are working still finalize our final 2 flights qualifying in Stack Products by CV Racing Products time trials. Here it's the Winter Shootout Series for the Rogers Tabs Performance Parts Crit Racing USA Dirt Late Model Series at Volusia Speedway Park. Did want to mention you can keep up with the series on your Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Just simply go there and search Crate Racing USA. It's racing without the G. Look it up. You can keep up with everything with the series. Also, of course, CrateRacingUSA.com. News, stories, schedules, points, and oh, by the way, the 2025 Crate Racing USA Dirt Late Model Series schedule will be coming really soon, and it is possibly the biggest the series has ever had winning-wise. It has been a big planning process for the 2025 Rogers Dabbs Performance Parts Crate Racing USA Dirt Late Model Series schedule, and there is a lot of big money going to be on the line in 2025, starting with, I can go ahead and tell you, the season opener. Going to be the last weekend in March once again, the second annual Southern Heritage Classic at Needmore Speedway. It'll pay $10,000 to win. We're talking multiple events that are $10,000 to win just to get the season started. Maybe one of the richest seasons for the Rogers Dabbs Performance Parts Crate Racing USA Dirt Late Model Series and the main tour that will kick off the last weekend in March at Needmore Speedway. So keep an eye out for that. Some big-time money on the line for the 604 late models in 2025. So I do believe we are inching oh so close to getting this group rolling out onto the racetrack. As I believe the final car has made its way off of the Turn 4 gate. The final car being Dylan Brown. Everybody looks like, at least up here in this third group, looks like they may be partially intact. We'll see if we'll roll off what will be our third group. Fastest time right now overall, Leighton Sullivan has that, and it came out of the most recent group. So this track continuing to pick up speed, 18.436 for the Gaffney, South Carolina driver. We'll see if that will hold true, but there's going to be some heavy hitters roll out in these final two groups. Former series champions, former series winners, and some folks that are really good here at Volusia Speedway Park. So Group 3 looks like it is, for the most part, intact. We'll get ready to roll out 6 cars. That will get this group started. Of course, the way they qualify is the way they will line up those features tonight. After this, it's feature racing for these 604 late models as we get later into the evening. Of course, after we wrap up our Stack Products by CB Racing Products time trials, we will go into a little bit of track prep, then we'll come back. 602 late models are going to be on the docket next. So if you're in the pit area and you hear my voice, 602 late models, you need to be getting ready for your hot lap qualifying as the first 6 cars will get ready to make their way out onto the racetrack. And we'll get back underway in our qualifying effort. It'll be Cole Platt out of Callahan, Florida, the H&R-powered Rocket XR1. He'll be the first car out on the racetrack. AB&B Manufacturing, number 44. Behind him, the 2023 Series champion, 5-time Powell Memorial winner. He's out of Middleburg, Florida, the H&R-powered Longhorn Whiteners, Tractor Services, Southeast Ship Repair, Ocala Restaurant Supply, number 5. It's the Magic Man, Mark Whitener. There you see one of the young guns possibly going to chase the national. Oh, never mind. Swapped it up on me. The 1X, that's Ethan Wittitz. He's out of Danville, Kentucky in the 1X. Very identical to Chase Giddens' car. We'll see. There's Wyatt Boyd. He's in the 69 machine. He's out of Lancaster, Kentucky, the Bluegrass State, well represented here this evening at Volusia Speedway Park. There is the 00. That is Ethan Wilson out of Fayetteville, North Carolina, the Earl Ramey Longhorn Factory Team 00. Napa Auto Parts, Coltman Farms on the 00. So Ethan Wilson getting some action this weekend. And there is the 2 of Zach Carley. He's out of Freedom, New York. It's a Rocket and Carley Motorsports, Florida RCC, number 2. So Mark Whitener, fastest overall time. That did not take long. 18.019 for Mark Whitener. Fastest overall yet. And that's how we start out Group 3. So the next 6 cars will head to the racetrack. First one of those should be the 11, and it is John Omby. Out out of Cleveland, Tennessee. John comes in 6th in the points, trying to make some leaps and bounds towards those top 3 is the Phantom-powered Masterbuilt. Tennessee Tree Service number 11. There's the 28. That is a former series winner, 2022 winner at Talladega. That's Jake Rainey out of Powder Springs, Georgia. The Twisted Rocket Landrum Tree Services number 28. There is the 71. That's Davey Klein. Davey Klein in the 71. Earl Ramey powered Black Diamond, number 71. There is the 18 of, that is Jason Intapa. He's out of West Palm Beach, Florida, in the 18. A lot of 18s here this weekend, too. There's 23, that's Toby Sims. Out of Elton, Florida, that's Kenny Land powered Rocket. Sims Trucking, Nelson Plumbing, number 23. Mark Whitener's time still at the top of the board. There is another youngster looking to finish out the winter deal. That's Colton Herbert. He's out of Locust Grove, Georgia, the Twisted Performance Longhorn. Vibrax Racing, Vibrax Aviation, Herbert Graphics 611. Got one career start. It happened at the Talladega Short Track, but it's still Mark Whitener top of the board. But John Obi now second. He goes 18.166. Second fastest overall right now in this group. Cole Platt third, Jake Rainey fourth, Ethan Wilson rounds out your top 5 for right now. So one final group, should be 7 cars coming out in this final group. Corey Allman, he'll be the first one. Appomattox, Virginia, Race City Performance Longhorn. Haywood Marine Construction, Mr. Pave on the 7A of Corey Allman. There's the 118 of Jared Delk. He's out of Jamestown, Tennessee, and Eagle Power. That's a BMF chassis under him. Cannon Auto Salvage Delk Equipment, number 118. There is the 54T. That'll be Tuck Trantham. Tuck Trantham in the 54T. And the 67. That'll be Gregory Carrico. Carrico out of Winchester, Virginia, the Ingram-powered Rocket XR1 Exceptional Wildlife, number 67. And the 89, Timmy Harrelson. He's out of Reeds, North Carolina. The Earl Ramey Longhorn Victory First Services, JSI Race Products, number 89. And the 94, that'll be Holden Allen. He's out of DeLand, Florida. The Earl Ramey Black Diamond Crush Supply, Tar Allen Mortgage, number 94. And the final car in this group, that'll be Kristen Augsburger out of West Palm Beach, Florida. It'll be the final qualifier. It's an H&R powered Longhorn Impact Electric Turbo Blueprints, number 35. Former winner at Hendry County, which, by the way, will be there at the end of February for the Swamp Cabbage 100. Fastest still Mark Whitener, 18.019. Tuck Trantham was second quick. He jumped up over top of John Omby. He's third. Cole Platt fourth. Jake Rainey will be the fastest 5 cars in flight number 3. And here will come our final qualifying session for the Rogers Dabbs Performance Parts Crate Racing USA Winter Shootout Series. And it'll be led out by the guy that's number 1 right now in the Crate Racing USA points. Last year's National Tour champion. That is Jimmy Thomas out of Phoenix City, Alabama. The HR-powered Scorpion, Sugar Lane Garden Soil and Mineral. Wimmer's Wrecker Services, Ben Thomas Racing USA, number 1. And behind him making the trip, how about seeing this car down here this weekend? The Rooster. That is Dustin Linville out of Brightsville, Kentucky. The Hendry-powered Outlaw chassis. Lindsville Finished Carpentry, Polsky Performance, D8. Good to see the Rooster making the trip. There is Curtis Glover. Runsell, Iowa. Carl Customs Infinity Chassis, Carl's Chevrolet. Allen Seamless Guttering on the 30 machine, the 52 car. That'll be Cody Carl. He's out of Gulfport, Mississippi. Earl Ramey Powered Rocket, Spanky's Hot Rod Shop, number 52. As he will come off turn 4. They see a little bit of that character over there in the center of 3 and 4. There's the 18C. I believe that'll be Mike Cook. Indeed it is. There's a 39. That is going to be Brandon Wells. He's out of Glen St. Mary, Florida. And that 39 car is the green, or the checker flag rather, will come out. That will close out this first group. Curtis Glover, there you get a look. Good timing. 17.846 17.841, top of the board, fastest overall. How about that? First car into the 17-second range, 17.841, and it comes out of our third group. Trent Lloyd, see if he can change that. He's out of Jacksonville, Florida. The H-Star powered Longhorn, North Florida Field and Excavating. D&N Concrete Construction Services, number 2. Look to see behind him. I believe that's the 28. Yes, indeed it is. Austin Lehman. He's out of Lithia, Florida. The Rocket, all gas pros. Kafka Sons, number 28 machine. And there's Chase Giddens. Thought I saw him earlier. No, that's him for sure. Moultrie, Georgia. H-Star powered Capital. Bryant Pivot Richter's brothers on the side. Number 12C for the runner-up last year in the Crate Racing USA Late Model Sportsman Tour points. And there you see Will Harrington, Hawkinsville, Georgia, the H-Star powered Gray Ride Icon, M&J Tractor Services, Fox Factory number 86 for the High Side Hustler, the 2020 Crate Racing USA Series champion in the 86, the 17, that will be Jamie Maurice. He will make his way around the circuit. We'll see what he can do. The driver to 4th, Georgia. Right now, Curtis Glover is still top of the board. Nathan Bray, there you see him on your screen. That was good timing. Second fastest right now for Nathan Bray. So 21 will slow down. That's a Hull, Georgia driver. We will see him slow his machine down, and he'll get ready to enter the infield. As it is still up top, Curtis Glover, 17.841 is the fastest right now, with one final set of cars to go to wrap up our qualifying effort. So it looks like Jimmy Thomas, the USA 1, has got up to the scales and has shut off. So Jimmy Thomas, there you see on your DIRTVision screen, he is the points leader coming into the weekend. That is Patrick Michel's own USA 1. That's a Scorpion chassis. Of course, Jimmy Thomas builds the Scorpion chassis. He got out and looked under the right side of the race car. He's climbing back in, so we'll see if that car is going to refire. So we'll see if the team can. See, Josh Ray was down there helping him as well. Josh actually accepted the championship trophy last weekend in Pigeon Forge for Jimmy Thomas at the awards bank. So Skylar Marler, Winfield, Tennessee driver, Phantom powered Longhorn, Superior Drywall, Canton Industrial Painting 257. He'll be the first car out of our last group to hit the racetrack. Hang on tight. Boy, that was a wild ride. There you see Demetrius Drelos out of Queensbury, New York. The Earl Ramey powered Rocket, Drelos Motorsports, ADH Builders. Carolina Street Pub, number 111. A former prelim winner here at this event. And the 20, that'll be Owen Osteen. Owen Osteen out of Woodruff, South Carolina. That's a Longhorn powered by an Extreme engine. Lanford and Company, number 20. Nobody right now. Well, Demetrius Drelos, 4th fastest right now. There is the 21. I'm looking 721. That'll be Mikey Kopka out of Astor, Florida. There's the little 7. Put the little numbers now on these cars. Long distance away, hard to find, but that is Mikey Kopka. And there you see Dylan Brown. Gaffney, South Carolina native. 3 career National Series wins. He has a Winter Series win. As a matter of fact, he won a prelim feature here 1 year ago. And Brown's qualifying effort's going to be good enough for 6. But the top man on the board overall comes out of our final group of qualifiers. How about Curtis Glover? 17.841 top of the board. Overall fastest. Nathan Bray 2nd. Dustin Linville 3rd. Demetrius Drelos 4th. And Mike Cook will round out your top 5. So the 602s, you need to be making your way to staging. 602s, be making your way to staging. As you will be on the racetrack next, going to be a minor set of track preparations done, and you will be ready for your hot lap qualifying, Ruben, just like that. 75 604 late models have qualified, put in their time trials, and 602s will be up next.
Yeah, and they will have 4 features later on tonight. Those features going to be fantastic. Sam Driggers, of course, the main man at Dirt Car Racing. One thing I like about Sam, he likes to give every single driver an opportunity to run a feature, whether it's the 604 Crate Racing USA drivers during Sunshine Nationals, or whether it's the Ironmen, the Dirt Car UMP Modifieds at the Federated Auto Parts Dirt Car Nationals. All these drivers, Cody, they pay hard-earned money, and they all get to run a feature.
Yeah, and they definitely have to respect that, Ruben, especially knowing that when we've come down here so many years now, one of these prelim nights you're going to lose. So at least you know one night you're guaranteed to make some money.
That's right. And we think these teams were coming far and wide. We know traveling wasn't easy whatsoever with that winter storm. There was a couple of our drivers. I-10 was shut down from Louisiana all the way to Florida. Cade Dillard didn't leave his house till 2 days ago, and we would have practiced that night. Dustin Sorensen was stuck in traffic down in Georgia. Nick Hoffman couldn't leave North Carolina. And of course, I'm sure a lot of these crate racing guys as well had troubles getting down here.
Yeah, and I heard, of course, a lot of folks in the South don't have salt to be able to treat these roads. Yep. So a lot of them have plows, but if you don't know what you're doing and you're working a plow, you might be making things worse. And I think that was some of the things I heard in the pit area. They were saying, well, they had the snow plows out, but the further you went, you'd see a plow off the side of the road.
Yeah, it was definitely challenging days to travel down here to Volusia, but nonetheless, you already pointed it out, Mother Nature, Devin Moran for us is the only repeat winner in Sunshine Nationals, but let's not forget Mother Nature. She has consistently rained us out at least one night every single time Sunshine Nationals, but nonetheless, a lot of great competitors down there, and they're completed, so we'll get to a little bit of track prep here at Volusia Speedway Park. We want to widen out the surface as much as we can here. So they're bringing out the blade, they're bringing out the equipment, they're going to pack this racetrack down, and then we'll get ready for 602 hot lap qualifying, followed by World of Outlaws qualifying.
One thing that is pretty interesting, though, Ruben, I will say with the 604 late models, we have not, now this could change tonight, we have not had a repeat winner in a prelim or a main event feature for the last 2 years. We've had nobody repeat. That's the prelim features and the main event, so that's pretty interesting going into the championship tomorrow evening.
Yeah, and for the World of Outlaw late models, we've only had one repeat winner. Out of the 8 features, Devin Moran has won 3 of them. Kyle Bronson, Kyle Strickler, Dale McDowell, Ashton Winger, and Hudson O'Neill, our most recent winner, have all won here at the Sunshine Nationals. For everyone watching at home on DIRTVision, we're going to step aside and be right back. You're watching coverage from Volusia Speedway Park.
It's ARP Fasteners for whatever you race. From 2 wheels to 4. Off-road, on-road, even water. From the flat track to the salt flats. Grassroots racers, weekend warriors, and pros alike trust ARP. Made in America quality, family-owned and operated. When failure is not an option, it's ARP-bolts.com. No matter what you race.
Race fans, the Federated Auto Parts Dirt Car Nationals is bigger than ever. From January 30th through February 15th at Volusia Speedway Park. The World of Outlaw Sprint Cars and Late Models, plus the American Sprint Car Series, the Super Dirt Car Series, and the Dirt Car UMP Modifieds at the world's fastest half-mile oval. Ticket packages, camping, and more at DirtCarNationals.com. The Federated Auto Parts Dirt Car Nationals. Be there. Fast One Speed Shop is your destination for the parts you desire. If you've ever craved dealer-type pricing on most major brands without hefty buy-ins, now's your opportunity. Whether you're into circle track, drag, street, repair shops, hot rods, or more, we've got you covered for just $99.99 a month. The Fast One Parts VIP Club is unmatched, so start saving hundreds or thousands by joining the VIP Club today. Visit us online at fast1speedshop.com or fast1parts.com.
There are a number of outcomes that we want students to achieve after they complete a career technical education program. One of the first outcomes is to have employability skills. We start as early as the elementary division where students are exposed. We allow students in the middle division to explore, and we want students in the senior division to practice. The opportunity to practice those skills throughout the course of their high school career is critical.
Since their 2001 inception, DMI Racing Components have changed the game. From open-wheel suspension, steering, and driveline components to their line of Bulldog quick change rears, they set the new standard for innovation, performance, and value. DMI and Bulldog products are backed by the best customer support in the industry with more than 150 years of race-winning experience. Let our experience help guide you to victory lane. We race, you race. Let's race together.
Welcome back to everyone watching around the world on DIRTVision, home to the greatest shows on dirt, here to Volusia Speedway Park for the opening night of the 24th season for the World of Outlaws late models. We commence this 57 races in 2025 across 33 different tracks in 16 states. A phenomenal season. Hannah Newhouse down in the infield. And Hannah, we are in for another phenomenal season with the World of Outlaws. Last year, a great year with the World of Outlaws late models. A great championship run between Shepard, Pierce, and Hoffman. We had great rookie battles last year. Of course, Dustin Sorensen won that. Moving into 2025, Hannah, I mean, how can you not be excited as a race fan?
Well, it's crazy to think, Ruben, that it was 76 days ago that we left the dirt track at Charlotte Motor Speedway. I mean, who's counting, right? For many of us, that has flown by, the teams and drivers included. But if we're being honest, there's no real off-season here in dirt racing anymore. I mean, you basically crown champions, then you move indoors, you find places to race that are warmer, and then you kick off another season. So crazy to think we're already back here at Volusia. That sun has definitely set. It started to get really chilly here on property. But Ruben, you know, you look at the cars that are here with us this weekend at Sunshine, and this event, usually a week prior, has now been moved a week back. And with that, encouraging, of course, a lot of the drivers that were already in town for, you know, the Lucas race last weekend as well. So that, of course, helping our car count as well. So we have a very healthy count of super late models here this weekend with the World of Outlaws, and that just creates some great racing. But first and foremost, hats off to the track crew. They're already out there, they're reworking it, trying to get that, you know, like I said, the groove widened out, take a little bit of character out of the racetrack that we saw earlier there in hot laps to have a little bit of a smoother transition into the hot lap qualifying we'll see here with the 602s, and then of course the qualifying session for the World of Outlaw late models. But man, tons of storylines. You know, we get to chase a lot of them into Dirt Car Nationals, and then my favorite part of the season is about halfway through when we really fine-tuned who's going to be with us, who our contenders are, how these points are shaking out. Your rookies start to get confident, so that June-July area is one of my most favorite times.
Yeah, it really is. And of course, you start to look at the point standings and all the money on the line this year. Hannah, how about the money on the line? 7 teams could potentially walk away with 7-figure paydays.
No, that's huge. And of course, you know, it takes a lot of time and a lot of money to get these teams up and down the road each and every weekend. You're paying crew guys, you've got these haulers, you've got the maintenance on your cars. And you know, it's not like we're only racing within a 3 or 4 hour radius. I mean, we're going to go as far west as western North Dakota. We go all the way up to the Pennsylvania region. Of course, all the way down south, we went, you know, Boot Hill, Louisiana is back on the schedule, and you know that takes time and money. So to have that purse on a racing schedule, and of course the money that goes to these teams for tow money and stuff like that, I mean, it's huge, and it keeps these teams healthy to be able to maintain and run with us a full season.
Now, Hannah, this year the winner circle bonus just a little different with the World of Outlaws. There's more money to gain the better you run. Last year it was automatically $1,500 every month for these drivers and teams, but this year Steve Francis said, you know what, how about we just take care of the guys that are running towards the top that are earning it. You have to earn your money now. Top 6, Hannah, $1,000 every time the hauler moves. There's 33 different racetracks, so that means $33,000 if you are able to stay in the top 6 all year long. And then, just to explain it, $800 for drivers 7th through 14th, and then teams 15th on back, $300. These drivers are going to start driving a little harder in that mid-pack of the point standings to get extra money.
Well, when we came to Charlotte last year, we saw that points battle between 5th through 10th that was anyone's game, and so they race hard for it all season long, especially at the end of the season, and to have that initiative, to have that extra little bit of a bonus too. Not that they're not going out on the racetrack every single time and trying to run their best and trying to put together these good runs, but like you said, a little extra initiative to try and have those consistent runs and better themselves just over the course of a full year, and not show up and, you know, have just a couple good races, but to have that consistent finish that puts them better in the points overall at the end of the season, Ruben. So Again, I love to see these initiatives, see how they play out. Of course, the drivers have a lot of feedback into that as well. We've got to the end of the season where drivers have, said, hey, we need more wealth throughout the field. How do we do that? And, Steve and Brian Carter and all them, they sit down, they figure out how to do that. Okay, now how do we reallocate, X and Y amount of money in purse payout or tow money or, platinum funds? How does that all work out? So Brian Carter, Steve Francis, everyone at WRG, they're very receptive to that. They've heard the drivers, they've listened, and of course, we're seeing that implemented once again this season.
And of course, with the World of Outlaws, it's been the industry-leading payout. We have the best purses, we pay the best through the field, and those drivers mid-pack towards the back of the pack get good money. And of course, our start money is fantastic with the World of Outlaws. And talking about start money, remember last year we had 10,000 to win shows. We had a couple of them shows. Hannah, the minimum this year, 12,000 to win. And of course, how about some big ones? Let's start with the top 2 crown jewels on our schedule. Prairie Dirt Classic, we all know it's 50,000 to win. If you lead every lap, that's an extra 50 grand because the $500 a lap for the lap leaders. That's a $100,000 possible paycheck, Hannah. But how about USA Nationals? Now $100,000 to win. One driver can walk away with $100,000 paychecks back-to-back weeks with the World of Outlaws. Oh, and a night at Wilmot in between.
Yeah, and I don't know if statistically this is true, so don't count me on this, but I think last year was the first year that second place, being Nick Hoffman, who was so close to the win, actually left with more money than your winner of Bobby Pierce with that points payout. So definitely cool, and again, another initiative to get up there and lead those laps in a Crown Jewel event, because when you're leading laps at the Prairie Dirt Classic in February, you can feel the excitement from the crowd. But, I think it's overdue, and I think that was the word that I heard a lot when that announcement got made about Cedar Lake being bumped up in pay. It's a Crown Jewel event, $50,000. I come from pavement late model racing, for those that don't know, and I tell my dad, I talk to him on the phone frequently, and we're like, oh, we're racing for 12 grand this weekend, nothing pays less than 12 grand, we've got a couple 25, 35, we got our 50s, now we've got our 100, you even talk about the payouts at Crown Jewels like Eldora, and my dad, coming from pavement super late model racing, cannot comprehend the money that we raise for in dirt late model racing, because it really is incredible that you can show up at Cedar Lake in a Crown Jewel and get $100,000, or you can be, second place at the Prairie Dirt Classic and get $50-something thousand. So it's incredible. It's what keeps these teams healthy, and it's that initiative for some of these teams that are mid-pack to get that program rolling, find themselves being contenders at these Crown Jewel races, because the money right now in dirt late model racing, it is there, and of course the teams are being listened to on how that's allocated, how that's implemented, and these big races that have been long overdue for these pay bumps, we're starting to see them.
And of course, this year, Hannah, with the World of Outlaw Late Models, we have a Crown Jewel Cup sponsored by Coltman Farms. We're going to have the Coltman Farms Racing Crown Jewel Cup, and I believe that's going to be $10,000, Hannah, for all Crown Jewels. So everything that pays more than 20 grand with the World of Outlaws, all those points are going to go towards that, and an extra $10,000 right there. Let's talk about other events that are growing. Me and you, we love Mississippi Thunder Speedway. We just love the town Winona. We love the Wisconsin town. We love that place. How about that, Hannah? $75,000 to win. I mean, every time we go there, it is an absolute barn burner.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's the fun thing, too, about this schedule. We talk about the Crown Jewels of PDC and Cedar Lake, and there are so many more events that are becoming Crown Jewels. Like you said, Mississippi Thunder. I love going to the Dairyland Showdown. I love the town. The folks over there like Tyrone, Lingerfelter, and all of them, they're great when we go over there and they host the Outlaws. Deer Creek, we got to go for 50 as well. That's been a phenomenal race weekend that's, come back up underneath the WRG and the World of Outlaw banner. And we just have a lot of big, great race weekends that draw the likes of late model racers from all across the country. And when you can create an event, and an event that, is in Wisconsin or in Minnesota, and you're drawing the likes of drivers from 1,000 miles away to still come up there, still race with you, make that tow, because it really is worth their effort. I mean, that's all you can ask from a promoter standpoint and a series standpoint, to simply just feel that these drivers can come to these racetracks and these events and they can contend, and they feel it's justified when they load up and they go home on Saturday night or Sunday morning. So it's great to see, Ruben. We're in for a really good schedule this year. Again, a lot of money on the line, a lot of really cool storylines, rookies that we've got racing with us that are looking to break through, that have maybe done it on a regional level, and I do want to, we haven't talked about it specifically, I don't believe, and I wanted to mention it in my pre-race, but I was going to get to it tomorrow. it's so cool to see these drivers that have been on tour with us that do get those first initial wins and then how it goes on to play later in the season. And Tyler Bruning is one that just came off of a really big win, his first national tour win at Golden Isles. He did get it with Lucas, but he's back here with us this weekend. And I always say the first one is the hardest one to get. We've got rookies like Jake Tim, you've got Ethan Dotson that are looking to get those big first national wins. And with the storylines, the racetracks, and how our schedule plays out, I think we're going to see that in someone like Tyler Bruning coming off of that first win, still looking for his first World of Outlaw win. I think we're in for a season of great storylines.
I went to Tyler Bruning earlier, Hannah, and I showed him the notes that I had because I wanted to update my sponsors on him. And he said, you could add a national touring win to that. I was like, well, I only have Outlaw starts and Outlaw best finishes. I don't have, Lucas stats or anything like that. It's just World of Outlaws. I was like, dang it. Well, I got to get that World of Outlaws win. Let's go get it tonight. So you could just tell the confidence in him. And another driver, Hannah, that I wanted to mention is Dustin Sorensen. I went to go talk to him today. A year ago, it looks like you were going to throw him in the gator pond with a bunch of hungry gators. I'm telling you, he was, now this year, after a year under his belt, he's confident and he's ready to tackle the season.
Yeah, it was almost like deja vu when I was talking. I was at the lower pit this afternoon doing some pre-race interviews, and if you joined us during pre-race, you saw one of my interviews with Jake Tim, and I was talking to Jake Tim, and I was like, man, I feel like I conducted the same exact interview last season with Dustin Sorensen, because Dustin was kind of the same way, like you mentioned. Really didn't know what it was going to be like to bite off the chunk that is running with a national tour as a rookie season. He had those handful of tracks that he was comfortable and confident in, but for the most part, there's probably 3/4 of the schedule he's probably not only never heard of, never seen, never raced on. So really out of his comfort zone for a majority of the schedule. And Jake Tim was the same way. He's like, man, we come down here to Volusia. I've never been here. I've never raced here. And we're here not only tonight and tomorrow night, but then we come back here again for a couple nights. And I think they're going to take advantage of those dirt car late model racing nights earlier in the part of the Dirt Car Nationals week to continue to build that program, continue to build the seat time. Jake Tim really focused on his USMTS modified program at the tail end of last season and really has had to re-rack and refocus in making that decision to come and run full-time with us on the Outlaws. So it really is a change of pace. Cody Overton's another one. You talk to him as well, and he's like, okay, I got a full season underneath me of super late model racing, a full season on tour. I know what the ups and downs are of each race night. Tristan Chamberlain one as well. A lot of these guys ripping that rookie stripe off, and you can just kind of tell they're a little more relaxed back there. They know how this game is played. They know how a race night goes, and that is a lot, and it's a big mental game out here in the world of not only racing but touring when it comes down to it. So these rookies, they've got a lot of great guys to lean on back there, but man, it is a difficult challenge, Ruben.
Let's talk about one rookie, Hannah, that really stands out for me this year. 3rd year behind the wheel of a super. He won the Ruben here in 2022. Ethan Dotson. Ethan Dotson, he won, the cotton picking, $20,000 at Magnolia to round out the year last year in the late model. He's won some comp cams events. Ethan Dotson's really red hot. ASD Motorsports, another team to be looking forward here for the MD3 Rookie of the Year chase.
And it's great to see him land with a full-time ride like ASD Motorsports. We saw him kind of bounce around in a couple different super late model rides at the beginning of last season. I think he was actually slated to run the season with us at the beginning of last year, that falling through, and then him ending up at the ASD Motorsports pit. And that's just the biggest thing, is finding consistency not only with a team, a crew chief, getting a group that you can work with, kind of knowing the schedule, and making that transition. Ethan had a really good track record, a really good resume coming from the modifieds, but we hear it a lot. You got a lot of these modified shoes, and they make that jump up to super late models, and it's a whole new ball game. Nick Hoffman did it. We saw him his first year. There was the struggles that came with adapting and running in supers full time, and I think we've seen the same struggles with Ethan. So he's got the speed there. He's got a good team behind him. He's got the consistency, and I think and I haven't had the chance to talk to him, but I think that's how it works out. Is if he can stay within that mindset of, okay, I don't need to go out there and set the world on fire. I don't need to go out there and realistically even contend for wins every night, but I need to keep my equipment in one piece, build good camaraderie with my team, my crew chief, get a feel for this, and kind of build this notebook. I think by the end of the season, we could easily see Ethan up in the top 5, top 7 in points, and really being a head leader here for the Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. You talk about Nick Hoffman, former MD3 Rookie of the Year champion. He's also your co-host on Pitbull, Hannah. Pitbull up and running again on DIRTVision.
Yeah, we went ahead and got the 2025 season launched this last week, so there is a new episode that came out on Thursday. I had to think about what day it was for a second. On Thursday that you can check that out, previewing, what to expect here at Sunshine Nationals, post-viewing a little bit of what went down at the Chili Bowl, in which Nick took place in kind of. You'll have to check that out again. So great to have that show up and running. You know, that started off as an idea between Jim Chappelli, one of our bosses at DIRTVision. It was like, hey, we need that insight. We need that raw, unfiltered, what goes through these drivers' minds each and every race weekend. And we all know Nick is not filtered. So we took that idea, ran with it, and it's crazy to think that this is year 3 of Pitbull. So I don't know how we've made it this long and how they've continued to trust us, getting on there and rambling each and every week about not only the World of Outlaw late models, but you know, we cover the World of Outlaw NOS Energy Drink Sprint Cars, we cover ASCS, Super Dirt Car Series, Extreme Outlaw Midgets, Summer Nationals, you name it. It's kind of a one-stop shop of opinions, results, drivers. It's all on Pitbull, and it's kind of cool too because we're going to rotate a little bit some of the hosts as well. You'll see Connor Wade on there giving updates. Ashton Smythe, you know, she'll join the broadcast throughout the season as well with DIRTVision, and so we'll have Nick giving those opinions. So it's a great opportunity if you haven't checked it already on Pitbull. On DIRTVision, again, we try to get an episode out each and every week.
Yeah, DIRTVision, of course, home to the greatest shows on dirt. Not only do we offer live coverage of our events, but also Pitbull. You get Fast Time. If you don't know what Fast Time is, you don't have to go to the Vault and rewatch the whole race fans. Fast Time is really, really cool. Fast Time's Dave Reef. He recaps the whole week. Rapid Replay is what I'm talking about. Rapid Replay is awesome. It gives you the big highlights throughout the night, from hot laps to qualifying to heats to LCSs, and then the whole feature replay. Rapid Replay is very, very cool. I actually got to hang out with Jim and Tim and Hunter and everyone back in the DIRTVision studios at the end of last year and see the whole operation, and the whole studio is hard at work right now. But also Dirt Zone, when the season starts getting busier, Pitbull, Fast Time, DIRTVision now, the Volt Rapid Replay, classics and radio available as well. If you can't afford a DIRTVision Fast Pass, don't forget free live audio at all times on DIRTVision. Don't forget to visit Be an Outlaw. Brittany and Jasmine down there from 3 to 5. They're doing sign-ins. Of course, earn your rewards. If you want to be closer than ever before to the most powerful late models on the planet, Be an Outlaw. Join our fan rewards program and show your outlaw status. When you register for free, you get exclusive content, chances to win special at-track experiences, exclusive outings away from the racetrack, and drivers and other members, early access and special deals on tickets, merch, and more. Earn reward points to unlock tiers and gain even more access. Show the world you're an outlaw and experience the next level of the most powerful late models on the planet. Join today at b-and-outlaw.com. And of course, our beautiful Toyota Tundra TRD Pro Pace Truck. Down there in the infield, you can ride in that pace truck for a heat race, maybe the 4-wide, be a part of Victory Lane celebrations with a feature winner with the World of Outlaws. Check it out and sign up today. The best dirt racing games available. Don't forget the World of Outlaws Dirt Racing 24 edition. Game keeps getting better. New tracks, new cars, new series. Race along the very best in the world of outlaw competition in full career mode, online mode, and more. World of Outlaws Dirt Racing 24 is available now. Learn more at www.worldofoutlaws.game.com. It's really cool during the off-season, 76 days off. And after probably 24 hours, well, I guess we're at the banquet. I guess after the day of the banquet, you already miss it. So you're just on the PlayStation playing some World of Outlaws Dirt 24. Make sure to get it on the PlayStation Store or Xbox Store. A lot of great sponsors coming on board with the World of Outlaws this year. Gorsuch Performance back for the green flag. Dave Warren Power Sports caution now the yellow flag sponsor, and safety vehicles. The Hot Pit from our friends down in Texas, Fast One Speed Shop. Thank you to Phil Dixon and his wife for that. Returning for year 2. Rookie of the Year still sponsored by MD3. Me and Hannah talked about the Coltman Farms Cup. That's sponsored by Coltman Farms. World of Outlaw Hot Lap still sponsored by Dirt King Simulators. And then, of course, Simpson Performance Racing Products Quick Time back on board this year. This year, heat race sponsors, World of Outlaws. Heat number 1 will be our title sponsor, which will be coming out soon. Scat Products officially sponsoring Heat Race number 2. Kaiser Manufacturing sponsoring Heat Race number 3. Jarrett Rifles sponsoring Heat Race number 4. The Bill Stein Pole Award back for year 2. Land of Pressure Washers sponsoring our Last Chance Showdowns. And of course, the Barrett's One Lap to Go returns, and our Fox Factory Hard Charger also returns this season. Just like 2 years ago when we had the Haas Horizontal Heat Money Challenge, this year is now the same case, but sponsored by all our great heat race sponsors, and the outlaw driver with the most heat race wins at the end of the year will get an extra check. And of course, our friends with the Racing with Jesus Ministries for the Sportsman of the Year. We have not mentioned that on the broadcast yet. Colby Richmond, crew guy for Kay Dillard, won the Sportsman of the Year last year, presented by Racing with Jesus Ministries. That's $500, and that was awarded at the banquet. We've touched about just about everything for 2025 storylines. The only thing that we really haven't touched on are the new additions in 2025 for the World of Outlaws late models. We're returning to Smoky Mountain Speedway March 14th and 15th for the first time since 2022, and our first time on the new reconfiguration they did last year. Return to Swainsboro Raceway March 21st and 22nd for the first time since 2012. The World of Outlaws versus Dirt Cars Summer Nationals rivalry returns at the Federated Auto Parts Raceway at I-55 in Peevely, Missouri, June 20th and 21st. That's with the Dirt Cars Summer Nationals, doubleheader there. We haven't had that in about 2-3 years. Then the return to Nodak Speedway in Nodak, North Dakota on June 29th for the first time since 1989. Billy Moyer won 36 years ago. Billy Moyer and Mitch Johnson took victories 36 years ago. Return to Needmore Speedway on September 12th for the first time since 2011 when Cat Daddy Clint Smith picked up the win. And 2 more. We got the return to Tri-City Speedway for the Battle by the Arch on September 26th and 27th. Kyle Bronson, our most recent winner there in 2023. And the return down the Yellow Brick Road in Kansas to the Humboldt Speedway on October 3rd for the first time since 2022 when the Kansan Chase Younghands took victory. Those are the new additions in 2025 for the World of Outlaws late models here on this great 24th season for the series. So Mike Van Gendren and the track prep crew ironing out the racetrack. They've drove the blade off the, well, there looks like they're blading one more here down the front straightaway. They've smoothed it out. They've widened it out. The 602 late models will now go out to Hot Lap Qualify. They will Hot Lap Qualify. They'll have 2 features tonight, and then we will come out to Hot Lap Qualify for the World of Outlaws late models. We will have 6 heat races, last chance showdowns, and then tonight's 35-lap, $12,000 to win feature event. There you see the speed shot in turn number 1. Don't forget to visit our World of Outlaws late model souvenir trailer and grab your official 2025 merchandise. A lot of great merchandise available down there. And for those of you watching on DIRTVision, go to store.worldofoutlaws.com and grab your official merchandise. For everyone watching around the world on DIRTVision, we'll return in just a few moments with hot laps for the 602s. Thanks for joining us for the opening night of the Sunshine Nationals. Right there, Hoffman flies off the front straightaway.
Picked up the third. We're playing Memorial.
They call him the voodoo child in that 0.
It up the track, and just like that, Caleb Armstrong.
Unbelievable. Travel wins at Jacksonville.
Out of Lake Elmo, Minnesota. In his 8th year of Super Late Model competition, the Soyberg Calf Ranches, Land Pressure Washers, Hanco Corporation, Fuel Factory, The Real Cafe, B1, it's Brent Larson.
Only the toughest drivers can handle the World of Outlaws late model series. Only the toughest pressure washers carry the name Landa.
Ready to rise? To the challenge? Above obstacles. Yes! Above perceptions.
Redinger, implement the pass on the top lane.
Above it all.
Let's go!
If so, we're looking for you. Join us at Toyota Racing.
Get your motors running. The World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Cars return to Volusia Speedway Park in March for the Bike Week Jamboree. Two huge nights with the greatest show on dirt, March 2nd and 3rd at the world's fastest half mile. Championship battles, rising stars, and incredibly fast cars. The World of Outlaws at Volusia Speedway Park, March 2nd and 3rd. Tickets and more at worldofoutlaws.com. Be there.
It's a moment of transformation when humans become heroes and training gives way to instinct. In that moment, senses are heightened to new levels. Every sound, every breath, every second that can mean the difference between life and death. Determination is matched only by empathy for those who need you most. In that moment, you need a tool that rises to the challenge. Simple, rugged, reliable. Amcus Rescue Systems, built for the moment.
The greatest shows on dirt have the best fan gear in motorsports. Can't wait to get to the track to pick up the latest World of Outlaw gear? Slide on over to worldofoutlaws.com. You'll find hats, shirts, hoodies, and other souvenirs for all fans. Visit the Outlaw General Store online today at worldofoutlaws.com.
Welcome back to everyone watching around the world on DIRTVision, home to the greatest shows on dirt. The sun starts to set on this beautiful night here at Volusia Speedway Park on the opening night of the 2025 season of the World of Outlaws late models. There you see the 602s in staging, ready to roll out any moment. Track prep, about 5 to 6 more minutes being told over the World of Outlaws radio, powered by Racing Electronics. Mike Van Genderen on the blade out there, just trying to get this track back to smoother conditions. Roll it in again. A lot of precipitation falling down here. Bob, you live here, of course. A lot of rain these past couple days, past couple weeks here.
Yeah, Ruben, you know, I was talking to a lot of people that come down from the north, and tell you what, living in Florida this weekend, this year so far hasn't been the greatest as far as weather is concerned. You know, Ruben, it's usually, if it gets cold here in Florida, it's for 1 or 2 days, and then the temperature gradually goes back up to the 60s and 70s. That has not happened this year. Of course, the forecast for today and tomorrow is fantastic. And the beginning of Dirt Car Nationals next week, the weather looks really good. Should be in the mid to upper 70s. So hopefully we're behind all that cold weather here in the Sunshine State, and we'll get back to our regular routine.
Yeah, and of course, Volusia Speedway Park live every single night on DIRTVision. Bob, we've get the chance to listen to you all season long, but what a month we have coming up, right? We have the American Sprint Car Series coming here next weekend. That is going to be fantastic. ASCS, of course, acquired by World Racing Group last year. They had a great year last year. That's live on DIRTVision. You get to see them here next week. ASCS, that's going to be a great show.
Absolutely. And Ruben, and what about the Ironman at the Dirt Car Nationals? The Dirt Car UMP
That's
Modifieds.
the week right
I remember
after.
a few years ago when you did it. I think they ran like 6 or 7 nights, so they were running like 9 this year, something like that. The Dirt Car UMP Modified. So those guys, they better get a lot of rest before next weekend.
Yeah, it's going to be fantastic. The Federated Auto Parts Dirt Car Nationals coming up with our friends with the World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series. And then, of course, we'll be back for late model week of the Federated Auto Parts Dirt Car Nationals, that beginning on Monday, February 10th. And the first 3 nights, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, will be the Dirt Car Late Models. And then, of course, the 13th, 14th, and 15th will be the World of Outlaws Late Model Nights. And, of course, our friends with the Super Dirt Car Series also come on down. So if you want to see the 3 premier series, they're here during the Federated Auto Parts Dirt Car Nationals. You want to see the Modified, you want to see ASCS. I'm telling you what, Bob, this is the dirt track to be in America the next 3 weeks.
You are absolutely right, Ruben. And, you know, I just love those big blocks. I can't wait till that final weekend here at the Dirt Car Nationals. Those guys put on a fantastic show. And for you folks out there in the grandstands, if you've never witnessed the big block modifieds that come down, it's definitely something to see. Of course, they'll be with the World of Outlaw Case Late models here that to wind up Dirt Car Nationals here in 2025. But I'm so excited about the 2025 season. You know, the sprint cars are going to come back during Bike Week again. That's going to be a Sunday and a Monday event here at Volusia. And, of course, the 3/4 modifieds are going to join the sprint cars this year once again. So looking forward to that. And, of course, our opening day, I think it's like the 3rd week in March here at Volusia. So exciting things happening at Volusia.
And, of course, one of the big storylines, Bob, that we haven't even touched on tonight, I planned on touching on it, new general manager here at Volusia Speedway Park, Tyler Bachman. Of course, for those that don't know Tyler Bachman, he was a longtime safety crew member with the World of Outlaws late models. He, of course, now series director for the Extreme Outlaw Midgets the past 2-3 years now, and now GM of Volusia Speedway Park, and Tyler's done a great job to kick off 2025 here at Volusia, Bob.
I tell you what, Ruben, when I say we, all of us here at Volusia are so excited to work under Tyler Bachman. He's such a great guy. We had a meeting a couple weeks ago, and he's such a down-to-earth guy. You know, it's nothing fancy. Just let's all do our jobs, do it right, build this place back up on a regular Saturday night program. So everybody here is excited to work under Tyler. He's really a great guy. And now I was going to ask you, Ruben, is he going to be running around in that side-by-side again this year for safety during Dirt Car Nationals or not?
I don't
he had
think
to turn that helmet on. I know he's going to hate that.
Yeah. Unfortunately, won't get to do that. But, of course, he's a jack of all trades, right? So
absolutely.
Tyler going to be, doing whatever general managers do.
Yep, definitely a great choice to keep this facility going through the year. You know, last year was a tough year with weather. We got rained out so many times. And I think just for dirt racing in general last year was a tough season. I mean, how many rainouts did you guys get?
I believe it was like 17 or something like 14,
like that. And, this year's not starting out so good. We were supposed to practice here Wednesday night. That didn't happen. We were supposed to race last night. But I tell you what, it was a great move not doing it either nights, because when it's cold here in Florida in the 40s and drizzly, it is nasty.
And one thing I want to point out, the track prep session we're having right here, it's not common to have track prep before opening ceremonies. But the reason we didn't race yesterday or have practice is because the grounds were saturated. We didn't want to rough up the track. We'd rather have 2 smooth nights than have 3 rough nights. And, we just seen what the track just did here during Hot Laps qualifying, but we're getting it under control. We're taking care of it. I'd rather have this little farming session here or a track prep session here and make sure the track's right to have 2 good smooth nights, Bob.
Absolutely, Ruben. And, these race fans, the fans out there watching on DIRTVision, and, of course, our drivers, they deserve a good racetrack here. And hats off to the track crew for saying, you know what? We need to stop right now. We need to do a little track prep, make it good. 602s will go out, and then, of course, the World of Outlaw late models will go out there, and the track will be much better on the second group of qualifying here tonight. So great move once again by the track crew. They're going to widen this place out, and folks, tighten those seatbelts when those features start a little bit later on, because it's going to be exciting.
Yeah, and that's the neat thing about Sunshine Nationals. We understand there's so many late models on the ground. Well, it's really neat to have the 604s and 602s hot lap and qualify and not have to run heat races or last chance. It speeds up the program. The format's neat. And me and Cody were talking about it earlier, Bob. All these drivers get an opportunity at a feature because they all pay their hard-earned money to get in.
Exactly. And, we have a total of 43 602 late models signed in here tonight. We're going to do 2 groups of qualifying. We'll have 22 cars in the first feature, 21 cars in the second feature. They're going to go 15 laps for the feature. It's going to pay $1,000 tonight to win. But tomorrow night, we're going to do the same format. It's going to pay $3,000 to win. So it's a good payday for these 602 late model features. And, of course, that's for each one of the features here tonight. So it's a great thing that you guys, and I think you talked about it earlier, Sam Drigger's come up with these formats, and even when it comes to the Dirt Car UMP modifieds, we're going to have, I don't know, you think Ruben will get 120 this year, the Dirt Car UMP modifieds?
Man, I'd hope so. That'd be awesome.
It's been over 100
awesome
for the last, I don't know how many years, and, like you said, it gives everybody a chance to win one of those Gators next week and the week after.
One of the most, famed trophies in dirt racing. Those Gators are awesome. And if you don't think it means a lot, look at Nick Hoffman's new shop. Have you seen the photos of that? He built a new shop and has the Volusia Speedway Park sign and the palm trees and all his Gators there in a little pond that he made. I'm telling you, it means a lot to these drivers. And when they get their hands on a little Gator like that, it means the world to their racing career.
Exactly, Ruben. And, we talked a couple years ago when you did the Ruben, and we had the support divisions here, and they ran a 20-lap feature. And it's not so much about the money. It's getting that trophy, just like you just said. It's getting that Gator. It's getting that beautiful trophy from the Ruben Memorial Race.
Yeah.
To have that in your shop or your showcase.
And the little tractor.
And a little tractor, yes. It's just really, the trophies are, you're going to spend that money, but you're going to have those trophies for those memories. So,
absolutely.
It's just, and the Gator down here, and I think, isn't it the straw hats with the Sunshine?
Yeah, the straw hats.
Do that again this year?
So there's no Gators for Sunshine Nationals.
Right.
It's the straw hats with the surfboards.
Yes, yeah.
The surfboards. Love the surfboards.
Yeah.
So
well, Ruben, it looks like we're about ready to go here. right down there. The first group of cars, we're going to send 5 out at a time. Again, it's going to be a green-white checkered. First one to enter the track will be the number 1J at Jason Papp. Jason out of Palm Bay, Florida, that Masterbuilt chassis, Curry Engines, GoPro, Morgan Speed Solutions, Action Graphics, Benny's Racing Equipment, Afterburner Performance, number 1J. That is Jason Papp. Sam Oakley out of Knoxville, Tennessee, in the number 19 machine, also entering the racetrack. And the next car to come out is the 118 at Little David Showers Jr. out of St. Augustine, Florida. David is in that Finney Shock Steve's RV Outdoor Site Solution, Action Graphics, Showers Fiberglass Maintenance, and that CRV Chassis H&R Engine. Brody Smith out of Dade City, Florida, in the 17 SR, and Josh Sanford out of Keystone Heights, Florida, in the 3S. Let's see who's going to be quick time here in the 602 late models. Jason Papp atop the leaderboard, 18.444. Brody Smith, second quickest with an 18.501. Now David Showers Jr. with an 18.475 sits atop the leaderboard. Josh Sanford, fifth quickest. Jason Papp just got shuffled off the top by Sam Oakley. Oakley with an 18.245. Goodbye, Oakley. Brody Smith now atop the leaderboard with a 18.175 current track record here for the 602 late models set last January 19th of 2024 by none other than Nevin Gainey. Nevin set the 604 track record last year and the 602. 602 track record is 17.587. Right now, Brody Smith atop the leaderboard with an 18.175. Next group of cars going out. It'll be the number 71C at Davey Klein. Davey out of St. Augustine, Florida. Then it will be the number 71 machine, Pierce McCarter out of Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, in that Masterbuilt chassis, Pro-Built engine, Parkwood Liquor, Beeman Lumber, Base Fuels, Hoosier South, McCarthy Farms, number 71. The 01 machine on the track, that is the Ben Langford machine out of Madison, Georgia, in that Excel chassis, LCI Trucking, number 01. The 20 of Cody Cook out of Crestview, Florida, in that Longhorn chassis, RPM Automotive and Performance, Adams Sanitation, Ace Hardware, Justin Diesels, number 20. And the final car will be the 6DH of Dalton Hood out of Fort Deposit, Alabama. Pierce McCarter right now, quick time 17.922. Shuffled Brody Smith back to that number 2 spot, so everybody chasing that number 71 of Pierce McCarter. Davey Klein, fourth quickest. What about Pierce McCarter now? Still there with a 17.922. So Pierce McCarter getting it done here in hot lap qualifying for the 602 late models. So McCarter atop the leaderboard with a 17.922. Next group of cars that are going to go out will be out of Byron, Georgia, in car number 25. And that Savage Chassis KB Performance will be the first car to take the Speedway. Next car coming out will be the number 21 machine of Lenny Dahlman. Lenny out of DeLeon Springs, Florida, and that Masterbuilt chassis, Earl Ramey engine. Parks Toyota of DeLand, Clowney Truck and Tractor, on-time truck repair, on-time transport, number 21 of Lenny Dahlman. Zach Owens out of Pearl, Mississippi, in that Club 29 chassis, J. Dickens Engines, KB Motorsports, Roger Dabb Chevrolet, Puckett Cat, Shorty Shocks, Country Please, and Wicker Brothers Fabrication, number 8, that is Zach Owens. Wyatt Gainey out of Fort White, Florida, that Kryptonite chassis, H&R engine, all country concrete, Computune, number 8, that is Wyatt Gainey. And Austin Lehman out of Lithia, Florida, in car number 28, also out there. Let's see who's going to be quicker possibly than Pierce McCarthy. Nobody yet. Wyatt Gainey, fourth quickest. Austin Lehman, 14th quickest. Everybody chasing Pierce McCarter. What about Willie McDaniel now? Willie with third quickest with an 18.223. So good run for the 25M of Willie McDaniel. Austin Lehman crosses the stripe, 13th quickest with a 19.179. So that'll be it for that group. Next group of cars coming out on the racetrack. The first one out will be the number 44 machine of Billy Rodriguez. Billy out of Astor, Florida. And that Rocket chassis, Earl Ramey engine, aluminum plus OBS bar. Lars Hangsford Ferneries, DeLand Motorsports, right on concrete. number 44 of Billy Rodriguez. Also a group. There's the 21D of Lenny Dahlman. They got Billy Rodriguez in that number 44 machine going around, doing his hot lap qualifying out of Astor, Florida. There's the 21D of Lenny Dahlman. Lenny Dahlman in the 21D. And that'll do it for this group of 602 late models. Checkered flag is out. It's still Pierce McCarter overall fast time. Brody Smith second quickest. Willie McDaniel the third quickest. We'll send our next group of qualifiers out. Looks like the first one out will be the number 57 of Justin Gusford out of Florham, Florida. In the number 57 machine, making his way off of turn number 2. The 131 of Matt Herlong out of Alrico, Florida. Matt, a regular runner here in the 2024 season in that 131 machine. They make their way down the back straightaway. Bubba Rawling in the 515 machine with us tonight out of Clay Hill, Florida. Bubba doing double duty here tonight. That's Bubba Rawling in the 515 car. Devin Watley in the C4. Devin all the way from Florence, Mississippi, making his way down here to Florida in that number 4 machine. Giving his shot there, green, white checkered in the 11R of Hunter Robbins out of Phoenix City, Alabama. Let's see who's going to be quickest. Everybody's still chasing that Pierce McCarter machine. You know, Mario Gresham, 13th quickest. Number 10 car working down the back straightaway. That's Mario. He's 13th quickest. As checker flag is out, Hunter Robbins. Mario Gresham, 13th quickest, 18.575. Everybody still chasing that number 71 of Pierce McCarter. McCarter had a 17.922. Again, track record set last year by Nevin Gainey, 17.587. So Pierce McCarter going to be our overall fast qualifier for group number 1. That'll set the feature lineup that we're going to run a little bit later on this evening. We're going to roll right into group number 2 as they are lined up down there on pit road. First car out will be Griffin Jones out of Rhine, Georgia in that number 17 machine. The trip down here from snowy Georgia. Again, that is the 17 of Griffin Jones. Working his way off of turn number 2. The 112 machine. That is Maverick Davidson out of Douglasville, Georgia. Maverick Davidson in the 112 car. Then it'll be the 16 machine. One of the 16 slowing down there. And that's he's gonna pull it to pit road, so that's not gonna work. He's not gonna get a time here. As white flag is out from the number 16, working down the front straightaway. Maverick Davidson in the 112, 17th quickest, 18.773. All right, next group coming out, number 12 machine. That'll be Mikey Kopke out of Astor, Florida. Mikey going to be the first one out. Mikey Kopke, our 2024 604 late model champion here at Volusia Speedway Park. Going to do double duty here this weekend. Going to run that Joe Kump, number 721. Kopke. You got the 118 machine. That is Timothy Reynolds out of Forsyth, Georgia. And the 118R working his way off a turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Green flag is out. Then you got the number 6 machine, Chase Blackwell out of Grays Creek, North Carolina. And that number 6 working his way off a turn number 2. We'll see what kind of lap times these guys will have here. You got the number 1 machine, Hannah Humphreys out of St. Augustine, Florida. And that good-looking number 1 machine, Chase Blackwell, 16th quickest. And then you'll have the number 9 machine of Dalton Peavy out of Mooresboro, North Carolina. Justin Maurice out of Forsyth, Georgia, in the 17M, taking time. Kopke, 18th quickest. Chase Blackwell, 14th quickest. As everybody's still chasing the number 71 of Pierce McCarter. Annie Humphreys probably would have liked a little better lap than that, 27th quickest. Got a couple of 9s entering the racetrack in this group. Been a number 9 machine of Dalton Peavy out of Mooresboro, North Carolina. The other number 9 will be the T9 out of Brody Thompson out of Talladega, Alabama. So Brody Thompson from Alabama. Working down the front straightaway where you got Kyle Hammer. Kyle out of Clinton, Illinois, and that number 45 machine working it off a 2 down the back straightaway. Kyle Hammer trying to get it done here at Volusia Speedway Park. Brody Thompson, second quickest, 17.959, so good run. And Brian Scott in that number 14 machine. And you got the 25, Brandon Lunsford out of Braxton, Mississippi, working it off a 2 down the back straightaway. So Brody Thompson in that T9 machine, second quickest. As checkered flag comes out once again. Lark Haskins in the 107, third quickest with an 18.080. Brody Smith, fourth quickest right now, 18.175. And Willie McDaniel with an 18.223 is fifth quickest. Next group of cars going on the speedway will be the 107Z. That is Chaz Haskins out of Gray, Georgia. As he's making his way on the racetrack, the KB machine, Kerry King, also making their way out. There's Haskins in the 107 machine. Haskins going down the front straightaway. He's started his green-white checkered. You got the 611 of Colton Herbert. Colton Herbert in that 611. There's the KB machine. That is Kerry King. Kerry King out of Delmar, Delaware in the KB machine. And you got the 16 of Dawson Law out of Knoxville, Tennessee. Dawson working his way down the back straightaway. Kerry King, 27th quickest with an 18.888. Dawson Lowe, quick time, 17.716, new fast time. the number 16 machine, Dawson, atop the leaderboard. Chaz Haskins, second quickest with a 17.874. So the last group come out set the top 2 times and qualify. Dawson Lowe with a 17.716. Chaz Haskins with a 17.874. Those are your top 2. Then it's Pierce McCarter, Brody Thompson, and Lark Haskins, the top 5 qualifiers here for the 602 late models. Again, we're going to run 2 features later on this evening of 15 laps each. As we got one of the cars stopped there on the back straightaway, that's the Dawson Lowe machine. He's quick time, so they better get that machine pointed in the right direction. Just a couple of tenths of a second off the track record here. Again, track record held by Nevin Gainey, 17.587, and Dawson was at a 17.716. So that will do it for 602 late model qualifying here at Volusia Speedway Park. And coming up next will be the World of Outlaw late model qualifying. They're going to do 3 cars at a time. And they'll also do a green-white checkered. So I believe they're staging those cars on the perimeter road up there, rim road, what we call it, Ruben. And
yes,
they'll be ready to take the track here. Once again, Michael Stewart atop the flag stand here, in charge of traffic at Volusia Speedway Park for the annual Sunshine Nationals here. He's our regular flagman during a Saturday night, does an outstanding job. Track's looking pretty good out there. And, of course, those powerful late models will be coming out next.
Group A qualifying for the World of Outlaws late models, getting ready to roll out here momentarily. Late models will load in off the back straightaway all night except in qualifying. They'll roll out of the turn 4 gate, the exit of Rim Road. We'll do 3-car qualifying, 29 cars in Group A and 28 cars in Group B. Drivers will get 2 laps, will take their best one. Group A will set the lineups for heats 1, 2, and 3. Group B will set the lineups for heats 4, 5, and 6. Track record set by Bobby Pierce last year at this event at a 15.100. 15.100 set by Bobby Pierce. We'll see if anybody could touch that here tonight. '57 entries. We talked about the growth of the Sunshine Nationals. A great start to the year. 2021, we had 38 super late models. 2022, we had 47. 2023, we had 48. Last year, we had 56. And this year, 57. So a new record to kick off the year for the World of Outlaws late models. 4 drivers out of the 8 times we've done this in the Sunshine Nationals have gone on to set quick time and win the feature that same night. Those drivers include Kyle Bronson, Kyle Strickler, Dale McDowell, and Devin Moran. Devin Moran, the only repeat winner of the Sunshine Nationals out of the 8 features. He's won 3. Kyle Bronson, Kyle Strickler, Dale McDowell, Ashton Winger, and Hudson O'Neill are the other drivers to win. 6 different winners in 8 events of the history of the Sunshine Nationals. Chris Madden has been the most consistent driver of the Sunshine Nationals. 4 top 5s for Chris Smokey Madden, 6 top 10s. He's first in the top 5 category, and he is tied for second most in the top 10s. Brandon Shepard has the most top 10s of this event with 8. Devin Moran, the only driver to have more than 1 quick time. He has 2. Heat race winners, Chris Madden, Dale McDowell, and Devin Moran. All 3 have 5 heat race wins in the Sunshine Nationals. That has been the key to success with the World of Outlaws. If you are fast in qualifying, you can put together a good heat race and, of course, get yourself into that all-important redraw. Tonight, since it is a 6-heat program with the World of Outlaws late models, it will not be a top 8 redraw. It will be a 6 6-car redraw. The heat race winners only to the top 6 redraw. So if you want to start anywhere towards the front, the first 3 rows reserved to the drivers that win a heat race here tonight. And of course, all in hopes of the Bill Stein Pole Award in the redraw, which will be conducted downstairs by Hannah Newhouse later on tonight. 602s making their way through the scales here in the infield. We got about 6 more to roll through the scale. And once they are done scaling, they will roll the super late models off the top. Speed shot in turn number 1. You can see the racetrack bladed up, stayed pretty smooth there through the 602 portion. We'll try to get this racetrack widen out. Of course, Volusia Speedway Park normally widens out as the night goes on. Drivers will get an extra $50 courtesy of Simpson Racing Products. The Simpson Performance Products Quick Time will get $50 here tonight. About 3 cars to go to scale in the 602s, and then we will get the World of Outlaw late model drivers onto the speedway here for qualifying. Again, after drivers exit in turn number 4, they go straight to the Intercomp Scales. Intercomp, the official scaling system of the World of Outlaws. When precision is a must, Intercomp delivers. If drivers do pass the entrance to turn number 4, they will get their fastest lap taken away from them. It is said at the drivers' meeting by race director Mitchell Hedstrom, you get your 2 laps, but we will take your fastest lap away if you take an extra lap and slow down the qualifying process. So again, cars will exit from the turn 4 gate for qualifying, do 3 cars at a time. Final 602 going onto the scales here in the infield. And make sure that is all clear for our World of Outlaw late model drivers to scale and stage down to the infield. Then we'll let drivers in Group A make their way back to the pit area and then commence Group B qualifying. After that, we'll get ready for opening ceremonies here this evening at the Sunshine Nationals, followed by 604 late model feature number 1 and feature number 2. Those are 20 laps, followed by our 6 World of Outlaw late model heat races. Then our 602 late model feature, the first of 2 tonight, followed by our top 6 redraw, our last chance showdowns, 604 late model heat feature number 3 and 4, followed by our 35 lap $12,000 to win feature. We'll draw the 50-50 during our interview of our feature, and then we'll conclude the night with the 602 late model feature number 2. And we'll do it all again tomorrow here at Volusia Speedway Park. If you're in the area, make plans to come out, join us. Going to get warmer. Sun coming out tomorrow, a lot more. Of course, it was sunny today. It was beautiful today, but a lot warmer tomorrow. And this whole next month at Volusia Speedway Park, the place to be. Sprint cars, modifieds, late models, you got it. Right here at the world's fastest half mile. We get ready to roll. It looks like we're going to roll them out the back. First one to roll out of the speedway to Earlham, Iowa, in the Hillsaback Farms, Banning Chiropractic, Big Deal Car Care, 22 Enterprises, RRP Race Graphics, MRZ Motorsports, Capital Clements, number 22, MD3 Rookie of the Year contender, Daniel Hillsaback, MD3 Rookie of the Year contender out of Urbana, Missouri, in the McCowan Farms, Sonic, Empire Energy, Palm Services, BLC Trucking, Heritage Tractor, number 8, it's Dylan McCowan, and the number 20 RT from Martinsville, Indiana, in the Longhorn Clements, Kohler Motorsports, Hoker Trucking, Sunoco, Coltman Farms, Capital Waste, Bill Stein, number 20 RT, Ricky Thornton Jr., Hillsaback 15961. McCowan, second quick, 16.619. Ricky Thornton Jr., all eyes on him. His opening lap, second quick, 16.273. Hilseback so far has the fastest lap here, and Hilseback will not improve. 15.961 his opening lap. That's his best. Dylan McCowan faster on lap number 2, 16.045. He'll go second quick, and Ricky Thornton Jr. on his final lap faster, but stays third quick at a 16.231. So Daniel Hilseback atop of the charts here in Group A to kick it off at a 15.961. Dylan McCowan second, Ricky Thornton Jr. third. Next qualifier from Marshalltown, Iowa, Outlaw Championship contender in the Cooney Motorsports, Hoker Trucking, Ellen Seamless Gutters, Carl Chevrolet, VP Racing Fuels, Heartland, Mel Hambleton Ford, Infinity, J. Dickens, 19R, The Reaper, Ryan Gustin, and joining us from Hanover, Pennsylvania, in the number 93, it's going to be Corey Lawler. Corey Lawler in the Ponchos Racing Products, Sunoco, Dryden, PPC Lubricants, number 93, and out there with them in the number 12, Outlaw contender in 2025 out of Hampton, Georgia, in the Jeff Matthews Motorsports Recreational Vehicle Select, Kurz, Kaiser, Integra, number 12, Ashton Winger. Ryan Gustin to the top of the charts early on his opening lap, 15.795. Corey Lawler, fifth quick, 16.639. Ashton Winger, a winner of the Sunshine Nationals, fifth quick, 16.414. Ryan Gustin will not improve on lap 2, that time 15.9. First one, 15.795. Corey Lawler will improve but remain sixth quick at a 16.569, and Ashton Winger will improve but remain fifth quick at a 16.284. We have a new quick time, and it's the Reaper, Ryan Gustin, atop of the charts in the 19R at a 15.795 for the Reaper. Up next, first year in a super late model out of Lake Shore, Minnesota, in the Collins Brothers Towing of St. Cloud, Minnesota Truck Headquarters, Woody's Racing. Number 60, it's Dan Ebert in the 3S, Outlaw contender out of Chatham, Illinois, in the Bob Cullen Racing, Thomason Express, Hoker Trucking, J&J Ventures Gaming, Longhorn Durham, number 3S, it's Squirrel, Brian Shirley, and in the 111 from Centerville, Pennsylvania, in the Centerline Motorsports, Murphy's Logging, C&J Dairy, Creekside Auto Sales, T&W Trucking, Longhorn Clements, 111, a Max Blair. Dan Ebert, sixth quick at a 16.331. First lap coming up here for Brian Shirley in the 3S. Shirley, second quick, 15.932 for Brian Shirley. Max Blair, fifth quick, 16.183. Final lap time for Dan Ebert. Good second lap, Dan Ebert, fifth quick, 16.153. Brian Shirley, can he improve a position? No, he will not. 16.017. Lap one better. He goes second quick. Max Blair, good lap number 2, fourth quick, 16.014. Top 6 guarantee you a front row starting spot in the first 3 heat races of the program. It's Ryan Gustin right now with Brian Shirley, Daniel Hilseback, Max Blair, Dylan McCowan, Dan Ebert, the top 6. Next competitor, the 2023 World of Outlaws champion out of Oakwood, Illinois, in the Low Voltage Solutions, Churchill Transport, Collin Brothers Towing, Rio Grande Waste Services, Mesilla Valley Transportation, number 32, Bobby Pierce. In the number 49 from Blairsville, Georgia, in the Nutrient Ag Solutions, ASC Warranty, Danagro Seed, Lucas Oil, Mark Martin Automotive, Longhorn Cornet, number 49, Superman, Jonathan Davenport. All the way from Sun River, Montana, in the Dust Pods, Willow Ranch, Hellraiser Jacks, Longhorn Dynamics, Longhorn Cornet, number 09, Michael Leach. Bobby Pierce, second quick, 15.837 for the Smooth Operator. Jonathan Davenport, seventh quick in his opening round at a 16.106. Michael Leach will cross the line, 11th quick at a 16.5. And Bobby Pierce faster, but stays second quick at a 15.816. Ryan Gustin still with the time to beat. Can Davenport go to the top of the charts? He will improve, but stay sixth quick. 16.028. Michael Leach will cross the line faster, up to 11th quick at a 16.427. Leach 11th, Pierce in second, Davenport in 6th. Ryan Gustin still with a time to beat at a 15.795. Next 3 competitors getting ready to roll onto the speedway. You'll find the 388 at Jackson Heiss out of Ocala, Florida. The 17-year-old in the Triple Crown Trailers, Down to Earth Trailers, Quality Services, Roofing, Fitz Factory, Penske Shocks by Factory CS, number 388, and joining him on the racetrack, MD3 Rookie of the Year contender out of Heinemann, Pennsylvania, and the Team 22 Incorporated, Victory Circle Auto Sales, Gambler Transport, Brickhouse Tavern, Mesilla Valley Transportation, number 22, it's Drake Troutman. In car 59, making his super late model debut out of Cornersville, Tennessee, in the CNT Racing owned by Smith Constructors, Gray's Equipment, Frontline Waterworks, number 59, Dillard Hatchett. First lap for Jackson Heiss, 12th quick at a 16.439. Opening lap here for the 22 of Drake Troutman, 14th quick, has work to do, 17.239. Dillard Hatchett, 15th quick at a 17.851. Jackson Heiss improves on his final lap, 9th quick at a 16.224. The 22 at Drake Troutman will cross the line. He'll now take 9th quick at a 16.219. That'll bump Heiss down to 10th, and Dillard Hatchett in his super late model debut will go 15th quick at a 17.274 here at Volusia Speedway Park. Next three qualifiers, he's been here as a crew chief 2 years. Crew chiefing for Earl Pearson Jr., but has never raced at Volusia Speedway Park. Good to see him here from Las Cruces, New Mexico. And the Ken and Beth Roberts Motorsports, Mesilla Valley Transportation, Sunoco, Low Voltage Solutions, Bill Stein, Bill Speech Shop, Romer Machine and Welding. Number 58, it's Garrett Alberson. And car number 28, joining us from New London, North Carolina. And the EAB Logistics, A Biochemical, GBS Brand Connect, Pay Cafe, Sunoco, Bill Stein, Maxima. Number 28, it's Carson Brown. And in car number 5, from Middleburg, Florida, in the Southeast, Ship Repair, Whitener's Tractor Service, Ocala Restaurant Supply, DT Welding, Boswell Oil. Number 5, the Magic Man, Mark Whitener. Garrett Alberson, 16th quick. Carson Brown, 13th quick. Carson Brown, 16.368. Mark Whitener, 15th quick at a 16.451. Garrett Alberson, new crew chief, Zach Houston. He was with Jonathan Davenport last year, Bobby Pierce the year before, and Alberson better on lap 2, 8th quick for the New Mexico driver at a 16.116. Carson Brown, 14th quick, he will not improve. Mark Whitener, faster on lap 2, 15th quick at a 16.383. Ryan Gustin still with the time to beat at a 15.795. Next three competitors joining us out of Martinsville, Indiana. In the SSI Motorsports, O'Neill Salvage and Recycling, Big River Steel, Professional Concrete Cutting and Drilling, Westside Tractor Sales, Wiles Drive Shafts, number 71, Longhorn Clements, The New Deal, Hudson O'Neill. In car 99B, joining us from Bear Lake, Pennsylvania, and the Dave Warren Power Sports, Briggs Transport, Corey Rubber Corporation, Rocket, XS Valvoline, Clements Power, number 99B, it's Boom Briggs. In car 109, also making his late model debut out of Alcoa, Florida, the Kryptonite Oliver, Driscoll Engineering, Clark Construction Group, Auto Check Racing, AAG Racing, Woodyard Barbecue Grill, Premier Lawn Care, B4 Signs, number 109, Nick Johnson. Hudson O'Neill will cross the line 17th quick at a 16.462. Boom Briggs, 16th quick, 16.391. First lap for Nick Johnson. He will go 20th quick at a 17.188. Final lap for Hudson O'Neill, our most recent winner at the Sunshine Nationals. Won the finale last year. Faster, 14th quick for Hudson. That was in the Rocket 1. 16.336. Hudson now in the SSI Motorsports here at Sunshine Nationals. Boom Briggs will not improve. He'll stay 17th quick. And Nick Johnson will not improve. He will stay 20th quick. Ryan Gustin still with a time to beat at a 15.795 here in Group A. Next driver to roll onto the speedway from Lake Elmo, Minnesota. In the land of pressure washers, Fuel Factory, Hanco Corporation, Soybert Calf Ranches, T-Pec, Rocket, Vic Hill, number B1, it's Brett Larson. In car 43 from Ainsworth, Iowa, actually the number 81, that is going to be Jason Riggs out of College Grove, Tennessee. And the Best One Tire and Service, Riggs Fiber, Wilds Drive Shafts, Bill Stein, M&M Lawn Care, Tri-Un Trailers, number 81. And then the number 43 at Derek Stewart. Derek Stewart from Ainsworth, Iowa. And the Capital Clements, Grace Motorsports, Stewart & Sons, Midwest Frame, Houston Ag, Arnold Motor Supply, Keltner Fabrication, Outlaw Cleaning, number 43, Derek Stewart. Brent Larson, 19th quick, 16.560. First lap here for Jason Riggs. He'll go 9th quick at a 16.139. Jason Riggs with a whopping opening lap. Derek Stewart in the 43. 8th quick for Derek Stewart. What a lap for the driver. It has minimal super late model experience behind the wheel. Brent Larson, 21st quick, and Jason Riggs will go 10th quick. Lap number 2 slower, but nonetheless 10th quick, pretty good. And Derek Stewart, first visit to Volusia Speedway Park, will lay down a fast lap, 16.063 for Derek Stewart, barely starting his second year of Super Late Model competition. 4 World of Outlaws starts for Derek Stewart, and Derek Stewart 8th quick in the 43. The most consistent driver in the history of the Sunshine Nationals. Up next at a great court, South Carolina, and the Team 22 Incorporated, Victory Circle Auto Sales, Gambler Transport, Brick House Tavern, Henderson Amusement, Millwood Plumbing, Dirt King Apparel and Simulators, Longhorn Cornet. Number 44, it's going to be Chris Smokey Madden. MD3 Rookie of the Year contender at Wade, North Carolina. And the mobilization funding, RLM Enterprises, the Restore Warehouse, Justin L. Langdon Electric, SRI Performance, American Racing Rims. Number 75, it's going to be Daniel Adam. And the 2006 World of Outlaws champion at Watertown, New York. And the Dave Warren Power Sports, Bricks Transport, Corey Rubber Corporation, Rocket Excess Storage, Valvoline, Clements Power. Number 9, T-Mac, Tim McCready. Time to beat Ryan Gustin's 15.795. Chris Madden 21st quick. Has work to do on lap 2. 16.429 for Madden. Daniel Adam will fall in suit. 22nd quick. 16.552. Tim McCready 16th quick at a 16.315. Chris Madden will not improve. 22nd quick for Madden, our most recent winner on the tour, winning the finale at the dirt track at Charlotte. Daniel Adam improves. 21st quick. T-Mac makes the best of lap number 2. He will go 12th quick at a 16.200. Tim McCready 12th quick in the number 9. Only 2 qualifiers to go in Group A for the World of Outlaws. Top 6 is where you want to be, and right now it's Ryan Gustin at the top of the charts with Bobby Pierce, Brian Shirley, Daniel Hilseback, Max Blair, and Jonathan Davenport. Driving the Brandon Cotto Motorsports, number 59, it's Trey Mills and the Twin Farms Mills Concrete, Top Notch Customs, H&R Racing Engines, Integra, VP Racing Fuels, Longhorn Clements, number 59 in St. Augustine, Florida. Last year, MD3 Rookie of the Year contender. This year in the sophomore season at Richmond, Indiana. The Gibson Racing Vision Woodworks, KEG Sword Nozzles, DCE Fabrication, Pardos Towing Service, Burt Transmission, FK Roddins, VP Racing Fuels, Infinity by Wells, Spec Power 20TC, Tricky, Tristan Chamberlain. Trey Mills, 24th quick, 16.507. Chamberlain on his opening lap of 2025 will go 29th quick at a 17.862. These 2 drivers, tough to find some speed. They're the last 2 out of the chute in Group A. Trey Mills will improve, 24th quick at a 16.467. Chamberlain, 17-year-old, World 100 Rookie of the Year 2 years ago, will cross the line faster, 17.072, 27th quick. No one's going to stop him. Off to a hot start. What a whopping season last year. 5 wins with the World of Outlaws last year. The Reaper, Ryan Gustin, will start on the pole. Heat race number 1 so far has a Simpson Racing Products quick time at a 15.795 as he's the fastest in Group A. And that Cooney Motorsports, number 19R. We take a look at the DIRTVision replay here, but cars are rolling for Group B. Up first at Dade City, Florida, and the Big Daddy's Cattle, Total Claim Source, Franklin Enterprises, Skipper Smokehouse, number 17 Double S, it's Brendan Smith. And car number 7 from Georgetown, Delaware, the Stokely Materials, Commonwealth Equipment, Wesley Collins Builders, the Frozen Farmer, Fox Shocks, number 7, it's Ross Robinson. And car number 14W from Polk, Missouri, and the All-Terrain Underground, 1-4 Motorsports, Team Dirt Dog, Longhorn, Scott Bailey, number 14W, Dustin Walker. Brendan Smith, 16.355. Ross Robinson, second quick at a 16.474. Dustin Walker will fall right in suit. Third quick, 17.207. Will Brendan Smith raise the bar? He will not. Slower, 16.573. Ross Robinson will also keep lap 1. And Dustin Walker will keep lap 1 as well. All 3 drivers keeping lap 1. Smith will kick us off in Group B at a 16.355. Next 3 qualifiers. Declaring to run with the World of Outlaws here in 2025 at Frankfort, Illinois, and the Indy U Pullet, Storage Squares, J.R. Hulling, All-Star Performance, Dirt Oval at Route 66, Capital Science, Randy Cordy Consulting, Longhorn Vic Heel, number 99 Junior, it's the Frankfurt Flyer, Frank Heckenest Jr. From Robeline, Louisiana, back to 2025, in the S&S Fishing and Rentals, Strength Roofing and Siding, Mesilla Valley Transportation, Joel's Auto Sales, Nickel Stores, Jody's Oilfield Service, number 97, the Thriller, Cade Dillard. Potential MD3 Rookie of the Year contender at a Fayetteville Carrollville, North Carolina. In the JRR Trucking and Motor Sales, New Point Lighting and Design, Penske, MGL Auto Sales, Innovative Community Solutions, the Auto Outlet, number 18D, Dalton Wilson. Frank Heckenass, third quick at a 16.5. Cade Dillard in the 97, second quick for Dillard, 16.377. Opening lap here for Dalton Wilson. Wilson to the top of the chart, 16.251. Now Frank Heckenass even faster at a 16.235. Heckenass to the top. Can Dillard top them both? No, he doesn't, but he does improve. Third quick for Dillard at a 16.268. Dalton Wilson will not improve. Whopping opening lap puts him second quick at a 16.251. So it's Frank Heckenass now, quickest in Group B in the 99 Junior at a 16.235 over Wilson, Dillard, Smith, Robinson, and Walker, the top six. The 2022 World of Outlaws champion at a Carpentersville, Illinois, now in a capital. McBride Mac, Vomac Truck Sales, 5-Star Race Car Bodies, JRI Shocks, Kaiser, VP, PRC, Dundee Heating and Air Conditioning, McClements Power, number 28, it's Dennis Erb Jr. Out of Benton, Kentucky, former Rookie of the Year, back on tour. Into Coltman Farms Racing, MPM Marketing, VP Racing Fuels, Supreme Enterprises, Autism Awareness, Longhorn Clements, number 96, Tanner English, an MD3 Rookie of the Year contender. Out of Winona, Minnesota. Into Gorilla Mill, Herco Companies, Mesilla Valley Transportation, Oak Ridge Fabrication, number 49, Jake Dim. Dennis Erb Jr., 6th quick at a 16.504. Tanner English in his opening lap, 8th quick at an 18.243. Jake Tim, 7th quick at a 16.645. Final lap here for Dennis Erb Jr. 4th quick for Dennis, 16.306 for Dennis Erb Jr. Tanner English in the 96, 7th quick at a 16.562. And Jake Tim improves, 6th quick at a 16.411. If he could stay 6th quick, that'll give him a front row starting spot in heat race competition. Next three qualifiers, last year's MD3 Rookie of the Year champion at Rochester, Minnesota, and the Altenberg Construction, Paulson Rock Products, JNS Repair, JCB Equipment, Rochester Chevrolet 63 Club, Yegi Trucking, Longhorn Pro Power, number 19, it's Dustin Sorensen. In car 17Z from Vestal, New York. In the Longhorn, Jones Built Powered Sign Work Fleet Graphics, 71 Speed and Design, Bill Stein. Number 17Z, it's Seth Zacharias. Out of New Berlin, Illinois, now the 5-time champion in the Valvoline, Franklin Enterprises, Soyberg Calf Ranches, Petroff Towing, Fox Shocks, Ace Metalworks, Performance Grading, Gunners, Honey Styles Marine, Rocket Durham, number 1, Rocket Shep, Brandon Shepard. Dustin Sorensen, 9th quick at a 16.643. Seth Zacharias will snatch 9th from Sorensen. He'll take it at a 16.632. Brandon Shepard, like old times, 6th quick at a 16.379. Dustin Sorensen to the top of the charts now. Quick time at a 16.097 for Dustin Sorensen. Zacharias improves, but he's 11th quick, and Brandon Shepard will improve to 5th quick at a 16.305. Dustin Sorensen came oh so close to possibly winning USA Nationals last year, winning Brownstown. He is going to have a breakout year, in my opinion. Dustin Sorensen, quickest in Group B, 16.097. MD3 Rookie of the Year contender up next at a Bakersfield, California. And ASD Motorsports, BK Grading and Paving, Penske, H&A Development, Texas Strong Outdoors, Longhorn Clements, number 74X, Ethan Dotson. Car number 20 from Newport Nightmare to Newport, Tennessee, and the Kohler Motorsports, Ultimate Towing and Recovery, Capital Waste, 5-Star Metal Buildings, Reese Monument Company, Elite Ready Mix, number 20, it's Jimmy Owens. In the number 93, it's going to be Carson Ferguson at Lincolnton, North Carolina, in the Paler Motorsports, Hoopall Grading, Coleman Farms, number 93. Ethan Dotson, 2nd quick at a 16.231 for the 74. Jimmy Owens, 11th quick at a 16.547. Carson Ferguson will cross the line. Carson Ferguson to the top of the charts, 16.075. A potential MD3 Rookie of the Year candidate, Carson Ferguson, goes to the top. Another MD3 Rookie of the Year contender, Ethan Dotson, 3rd quick. Jimmy Owens, 11th. Final lap time for Carson Ferguson. Does he go faster? No, he doesn't, but Carson Ferguson now atop of the charts here in the 93 at a 16.075. Dustin Sorensen 2nd, Ethan Dotson 3rd, Frank Heckenass Jr. 4th, Dalton Wilson 5th, and Cade Dillard 6th. MD3 Rookie of the Year contender signing today at a Cedartown, Georgia, in the Capital Clement, Cedartown Electric Engineered Systems, HESCO Solutions. Number 11, it's Austin Smith. In the other 11, from Clinton, Tennessee, in the capital, Vic Hill Advanced Transportation, Kaiser, Lowe's Toes. Number 11, it's Stacy Bowles. And the multi-time winner, the only repeat winner, 3-time Sunshine National feature winner out of Dresden, Ohio. In the Double Down Motorsports, Lazy Days RV, Big River Steel, C&W Trucking, Millwood Plumbing, 5-Car Source, Auto.com, Pee-wee's Record Service. Number 99, Devin Moran. Austin Smith, third, quick at a 16.180, whopping lap for Austin Smith. Stacy Bowles, 16th, quick at a 16.901. Things are getting good here at Volusia. Devin Moran, 5th, quick, 16.233. Can Austin Smith improve? Wow, what a statement. Third quick, 16.180. Stacy Bowles will not improve. 17th quick for Stacy Bowles. And final lap time for the 3-time Sunshine Nationals feature winner. He will not improve. He'll stay 5th quick in the 99, 16.233. If he stays in 5th, that gives him the outside of the front row in heat race number 5. But Austin Smith declaring for MD3 Rookie of the Year and goes 3rd quick in the 11. Up next, big win a week ago. Looking for his first Outlaw victory now to Decorah, Iowa. In the Skyline Motorsports, Bruning Rock Products, Olson Explosives, Truck Country, Quick Supply, Brown's Heavy Equipment, Hovden Oil, JW Bell, Longhorn Vic Hill. Number 16, Fear the Beard, Tyler Bruning. In car number 81J, it's going to be the Mac Daddy, Dale McDowell, driving Jack Riggs' car. In the Riggs Motorsports, Riggs Fiber, Riggs Drilling Solutions, Dude Wipes, number 81J. And the Thrill from Mooresville, Nick Hoffman. In the NOS Energy Drink, Lone Wolf Petroleum, C&W Trucking, Petroff, Bill Stein, Ty Torque, Performance Parts, number 9, Nick Hoffman. Tyler Bruning, 12th quick, 16.385. Dale McDowell, 14th quick at a 16.436. Nick Hoffman, 12th quick at a 16.359. Final lap time here for Tyler Bruning. Bruning will not improve. That time 16.4. First time 16.385 to go 13th. Dale McDowell will keep lap 1. First time 16.436. That time 16.457. And Nick Hoffman with a whopping lap number 2. He popped the NOS and it paid dividends. 4th quick for Nick Hoffman at a 16.217 for the Thrill from Mooresville, Nick Hoffman. Next 3 qualifiers getting ready to roll on to the world's fastest half mile. At Winfield, Tennessee, the 2018 Outlaws champion. In the Skyline Motorsports, Bruning Rock Products, Mesilla Valley Transportation, Can-Am Auto Salvage, Quick Supply Co., VP Bill Stein. Number 157, the Winfield Warrior, Mike Marlar. In car number 2, in his sophomore season with the Outlaws out of Evans, Georgia. In the Stein Motorsports, Richard David Legacy Motorsports, Shaw Trucking, Budweiser, Morley, Trimble Electric, VP Racing Fuels by Boswell Oil Supply Chain Management. Number 2, it's Cody Overton. And in car number 1 from New Waverly, Texas, in the Best Performance Motorsports, Bulk Material Lift, First Class Septic, Roberts Beef Company, Anthony's Pizza. Number 1, it's Turbo, Tyler Erb. Mike Marlar, 15th quick in his opening lap at a 16.435. The number 2, Cody Overton, will cross the line. 21st quick, 16.748. Tyler Erb in the 1 will cross the line. 2nd quick for Tyler Erb, 16.075. Mike Marlar will cross the line. He will improve. 14th quick at a 16.375. Cody Overton will improve. 19th quick, 16.469. And Turbo, fastest overall now in Group B, 15.870. Tyler Erb, atop of the charts in Group B at a 15.870 for Tyler Erb. Fastest in Group B goes Turbo. Up next, the Sunshine Nationals feature winner out of Brandon, Florida, in the Michael Lloyd Hauling and Demolition, LTX Home Builders, Borchers Equipment, Race Car Engineering, Mulinix Recycling, Tillman Roofing, Bradco Environmentals, Multi-Fire Spark Plug Wires, Earnhardt Technologies. Number 40B, it's the killer, Kyle Bronson. With only 4 cars to go, we'll split them up. We'll do 2 and 2. Joining Bronson out of Rock Hill, South Carolina, in the Longhorn by WP, Randy Clary powered, Fred Caldwell Chevrolet, Mid-Atlantic Roofing Supply, WP Racing Shocks, number 23, Becca Malone. Kyle Bronson will go 11th quick at a 16.3. Here comes Beckham Malone, only 13 years of age, commencing his 2nd year as Super Late Model Racing, 18th quick at a 16.420. Kyle Bronson on the loud pedal, off of turn number 4, he'll cross the line. Bronson improves. Actually, no, 16.388. First lap better, 16.3. He was 11th quick, and Becca Malone will not improve as well. He will stay 18th quick. 2 qualifiers to go here in Group B, and the final qualifiers of the night. Joining us out of Evans, Georgia, in the Riggs Motorsports Longhorn Factory House Car, Napa Auto Parts, Dude Wipes, Heartbeat Hot Sauce, Coltman Farms, Gronto Southern, RW Powell, Big Dog, Stumpin' Tree, SCM, Mesilla Valley Transportation, number 76, Longhorn Clements, it's Big Sexy Brandon Overton. The other 76, joining us from up north out of Renner, South Dakota, in the Western Provisions, Bargain Barn Tire Center, Asphalt Pros, Howell Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Fire, Glanger Trucking, Bargain Barn Motorsports, Rocket Clements, number 76, it's Snowdrift, Blair Nodorf. Time to beat: Tyler Erb, 15.870. Carson Ferguson, Sorensen, Austin Smith, Nick Hoffman, Ethan Dotson, the top 6. Brandon Overton, 5th quick at a 16.207 in his opening lap. Blair Nodorf, 28th quick at an 18.448. Of course, Shepard in this car a year ago. Overton now in the factory car for Longhorn, and Brandon Overton with speed. 5th quick. He will not improve, but his opening lap paid off. 5th quick. That's going to put him on the front row of heat race number 5. And Nodorf will improve. 27th quick at a 17.006. Tyler Erb will have the pole position for heat race number 4. And he will share it with Austin Smith, Carson Ferguson, Brandon Overton on the front row of heat race number 5, Dustin Sorensen and Nick Hoffman on the front row of heat race number 6 as we take a look at Tyler Erb, but quickest overall here tonight, and he will get an extra $50 courtesy of Simpson Racing Products for picking up the Simpson Racing Products quick time out of Marshalltown, Iowa to 15.795. In the Cooney Motorsports, Hoker Trucking, Allen Seamless Gutters, Carl Chevrolet, VP Racing Fuels, Heartland, Mel Hambleton Ford, Midwest Sheet Metal, Fertilizer Equipment Specialist, Bill Stein, Swift, Go Lithium, number 19R, the Reaper, Ryan Gustin, quickest overall here tonight with the World of Outlaws late models. Hannah, as they unload down the back straightaway, Ryan Gustin, we talked about it in our DIRTVision meetings, our weekly production meetings. We mentioned it. Ryan Gustin is a championship contender this year, and if they could just avoid those mechanical issues, I have a feeling he could win a championship come Charlotte time.
Yeah, Ruben, we got to keep in mind, too, he's had some new additions to that team with Todd Cooney as well. You know, he's got Cody Mallory in team with that, and, you know, I think that group will be a really lethal duo when it comes down to it with Ryan and then, of course, Noah Bushman and all of them. They just got to be able to literally keep all 4 wheels on it at all time. So, again, if they can keep those wheels turning, keep everything good, I think they'll be a really good combination. I think we'll see them in victory line many times.
Yeah, I agree, absolutely. And of course, a lot of great drivers. How about Tyler Erb, Summer Nationals champion last year in Quick Time in Group B? That's going to be fun to watch as well. For everyone... watching the cars unload in the back, you'll see that Turbo will get stopped, and we're going to have a word with Tyler Erb. Tyler Erb, of course, Dirt Car Summer Nationals champion last year, was talking about Turbo earlier today. He's never qualified into a Sunshine Nationals feature. He really doesn't come out here this early, Hannah, but Turbo, fast out the box here at Volusia.
Yeah, there was a lot of questionability going into qualifying with the track conditions, and heck of a stave on the front stretch as well in your qualifying lap. What was going through your head?
Yeah, I mean, there's one defined line, and, you know, I watched Carson, and he was, like, up in it qualifying, and kind of like Gustin was, too, so I was like, it's definitely sketchy when you can get sucked in it real quick and get tied, or, you know, like I did all before. I, like, was in it and made sure I didn't push and hit the wall and just kind of got squirrely, but, yeah, it's a testament to our team, you know, Eric Brock, Best Performance, Langenfelder, Anthony's Pizza, my buddy Steven, we've been at his house for the last... 4 days watching it snow and all that. So just super excited. I've had like a hate relationship with this place, and, you know, being able to race the last, however many races we've raced so far this year, just, I feel comfortable. You know, I'm happy with my car. Clements, awesome motor. I feel like I finally have all my ducks in a row, and I'd love to win a race here. I've never won here. I just... I'm going to have to learn to love this place because there's no more East Bay. So this was a good start, and, I'm sure they'll work on it and get it wider. And once it gets wide, it'll be fine. Just gotta be all right in this heat race, and we'll have fun. Congratulations, she's pregnant.
That I am. Leave it to Tyler Herb. Nonetheless, great to have him on tour with us. Of course, he called Summer Nationals home, called it the Fun Tour last season, and would love to change his relationship that he has with this racetrack as well. And hey, maybe end up in victory lane, Ruben.
Yeah, you gotta love Turbo. Always going to be a classic interview. One of the best personalities in the pit area. Tyler Erb, 3 Outlaw wins. And Hannah, we talk about this. I just want to touch on this with you before we go to break here. Tyler Erb, and I mentioned this earlier, all 3 wins with the Outlaws that he has come at Atomic. You ask Ryan Gustin, who went quick time in Group A, they say Atomic is very, very similar to Volusia. Volusia is just a bigger version of Atomic. And 2 guys that are really good at Atomic, showing that they're really good here at Volusia. So we'll see if those 2 drivers can win. I mean, those guys translating really, really well, whatever they got figured out.
Yeah, the dirt surface definitely different between Atomic and Volusia. You know, I mean, the sand down here is prevalent, but I think how the racetrack wears out, you know, we've been to Atomic, Ruben, where we've seen the track build character. It gets a little bit of rough after times. The drivers have to figure out how to maneuver that character on the racetrack, but at the same time, you know, we've seen the racetrack take rubber. So I think how the racetrack wears out over a course, like you said, is very similar. Man, Atomic is extremely banked, though, so it is cool. You have to wonder how much of those notebooks truly translate as well on top of the drivers being comfortable in a similar kind of racetrack. So
it's more the D-shape, Hannah, that they compare it to, the D-shape.
Yeah, and I got the chance to ride in that ride-along car at Atomic last year, and let me tell you, I got disoriented a couple different times.
Yeah, I bet you did. But nonetheless, Hannah, thank you very much. And we've seen drivers like Nick Hoffman cut that straightaway, straight down the back straightaway instead of curving out and make some time. We've seen Tim McCready do it really well. So just something about that D-shaped racetrack from here that makes it very, very interesting. But nonetheless, heat races coming up in just a few moments. We'll have opening ceremonies coming up. We'll have 2 604 features, and then our 6 heat races coming up. Gustin and Hilsaback in the front row of Heat 1. Bobby Pierce, Max Blair in the front row of Scat Products Heat Race number 2. Brian Shirley, Jonathan Davenport on the front of Kaiser Manufacturing Heat Race number 3. Tyler Erb, Austin Smith in the front row of Jarrett Rifles Heat Race number 4. Carson Ferguson, Overton in the front row of Heat 5. And then Dustin Sorensen, Nick Hoffman in the front row of Heat Race number 6. For everyone watching around the world on DIRTVision, we're going to step aside here from Volusia Speedway Park. Opening ceremonies up next. Thanks for watching the Sunshine Nationals.